It's birthday! Today is Jacob's 1-year-old birthday. He's 1 year old today, 8:49 a.m. This morning. Jacob Ryan Clark turned 1 year old. Anyways, so we had to bring him on here. We got the chat room? We had to bring him on here to open up WZR TV. It's past his birthday and or past his bedtime, so we had to bring him on here and celebrate. Give him a little birthday, if you know what I'm saying. Say, today's my birthday. It's WZR TV. He's got his cookie. We had to keep him calm, so we got his cookie. But it's past bedtime. We just wanted to bring him on here because he wanted to be on WZR TV Tuesdays tonight. So. Go to bed. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Night, night. Say goodbye.
1 year old, everybody.
Toodles. Bye-bye.
I salute you, little man.
There you go. Take him out. This is big sister Haley right here, too. So, here we are. Happy birthday, Jacob Ryan Clark.
There you go.
So what's up, man? It's Tuesday night.
Not
it's snowing outside. What happened in the chat room? Remember
this guy decided he wanted to reboot everything right before we started, so it all went down.
Did it really?
Yes.
Everything went down. Son of a bitch, man.
Good call.
Well, it sucks.
Yes, it does.
We discovered that we don't have Wi-Fi when we came on.
It wouldn't be the show without a bunch of fucking problems right before we start, you know?
Well, it's so stressful in here.
Are we going to try to be serious with these hats on all night?
Yes, we're going to keep them on for a little bit.
Beards too.
I want the chat room up, and if you pull it up on the thing, you can get it.
The keys are missing on there. I'd have to unplug.
Oh man, really? Boy, it's hot in here too. It's hot as a motherfucker. It did. How about the beards? What do you think?
Give them the close up last week.
There. Look at that. Pretty badass, right?
Yeah. Sorry for getting that in your face, everybody, but
so this is the last week. I mean, next week on
26th, we got 4 days until we could take a razor to this shit and get rid of it once and for all.
They said that I couldn't take a regular razor and cut it off.
This guy had the bright idea. I said, "How are you gonna shave that off on the first? By the way, I'm gonna take a razor, I'm gonna shave it off." I said, "Bro, you can't do that. It's not gonna just. It's like shaving your head with a straight razor. You can't."
I should be able to take a razor and just come down, put some shaving cream on, and take it off.
You might be able to, but you'd ruin the hell out of your razor and get razor burns all over your face.
You think? You think I would? Oh, all right.
You gotta trim it down, then shave it. I've had beards this long before. This isn't even the longest I've ever been, but it's quite annoying.
Yeah. We got the chat room. Chat room's fixed this week. We told you guys
I don't know.
last week. Man, I wish we could get it up, man.
That air just went away. Maybe that's
Did it? You know what the problem is? The Wi-Fi around here tonight is up and down, up and down. So sometimes it works, other times it doesn't work. And boy, these hats are. I keep forgetting we have the hats on. But
it's gonna be funny when we get into an argument later and we're yelling at each other. No, God damn it! I should blow a big party hat on.
Plus these all night too.
I'm already sick of this.
So we don't have to talk about, man. We had Survivor Series on Sunday night.
I think the idea for me is to just not look at myself here on the screen. Because I'm sitting here. I just did like, you know how when you're talking, I'll give you like I'm on TV. Yeah. We had Survivor Series Sunday. Yeah, and I saw myself with the fucking hat on. Absolutely, Survivor Series was on Sunday. I still want to get somebody with a lisp on the air just to be able to say that sentence.
Or if we get a caller tonight.
Survivor Series was this past Sunday. That'd be great.
So we're gonna talk Survivor Series from this past Sunday night, and then Monday Night Raw from last night. And then the Slammy Awards are coming back. I have a big problem with the date of
the go-home show, right?
It's the go-home show, and I understand the Slammy Awards. You're going to do angles and things like that, right? Where somebody will be presented a Slammy, and then there'll be an angle leading into Survivor Series.
Oh, it's not.
But it's the go-home show.
I was say it's not the last Raw of the year, right? Because why do they have to do it on that date?
No, it's December 9th.
So they couldn't just do it the week after or 2 weeks? So they couldn't do it like the last Raw of December? Like,
That's
why
what
do they
I was
have to
thinking.
do it?
Why not? I mean, you can't. All right, you've got Survivor Series is the 15th, right? We're going to Ring of Honor on the 14th. Survivor Series is that Sunday on the 15th, and then there's one Raw after that, and then there's one final Raw. I guess because Raw is taped during the holidays, so they didn't want to do the Slammies because of fan voting and everything else, so they wouldn't be able to, have
There's got to be
Twitter
a
and
reason.
hashtags.
But then again, they've done some incredibly dumb booking things lately. So, but I'm thinking like there's got to be a reason that it has to be the go home show and this and that. But
they're just gonna build a lot of angles based around it. I guess the Slammies, you know what? Maybe they forgot about it. You know what I mean? Maybe the Slammies and think about it. You have next week, and they don't. I mean, they probably wouldn't want to do it on a 1 week build. Although they could have. They just could have advertised. Next week we're going to have the Slammy Awards. It's not like they haven't done things like that before. Just say next week we're doing the Slammies, and then the week after is your go-home show. Then you've got the TLC pay-per-view, and then pretty much everything after that is going to be taped that following week for Christmas and New Year's and everything else. Yeah. So next week would have made the most sense, but they're going to go with the go-home show to Survivor Series. I mean, it's not like they can't start, or not Survivor Series, TLC. It's not like they still can't not promote TLC on the Slammy Awards show. It's just, it's the go-home show, so the entire focus of that entire 3 hours should be TLC.
It should
coming
be,
up
but
on
by that theory, I mean, look at the Survivor Series is their last big four of the year, and they didn't really do a great job of focusing on that on the final Raw.
True.
And it's a shame because, I mean, I'm sure we'll get to the news later. We didn't have... Damn, I forgot to get instrumentals for your little segment you wanted to do.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Until just now, I didn't think of it. Remind me of that.
There was so much shit,
No,
though.
my point was, real quick, was that it's unfortunate because, as it turns out, the Raw rating actually went up pretty good last week.
Yeah.
SmackDown rating went up pretty damn good last week.
Not last week. Last week it was a 2.7. The week before it was a 2.7. And then this week it was a 2.9.
2.93.
Right.
But I'm saying SmackDown went up to a 2.15, I believe.
Yeah, SmackDown did great.
That's what I just said. Raw went up and SmackDown went up last week. This Monday,
SmackDown went up last week. Raw went up this week.
Raw went up last night.
Right.
That's what I meant. But either way, like the fact that they got all these extra viewers and they're not doing a good... It's moment... Because we said when the conference call numbers came out, like their main objective now is... Or their largest revenue stream is the television rights fees they get.
Uh-huh.
So now they're focusing on... Whereas back in the day, way back in the day, the idea was TV builds to selling people your house shows. Watch our show, we'll try and convince you to buy a ticket to come see us live at a house show because that was their main source of revenue. Then it became pay-per-view. Now the TV's designed to sell pay-per-views. Well, people don't understand that now the main focus, the main largest revenue stream is TV. Pay-per-view
TV rights, right.
Half of what TV, pay-per-view is half of what TV does. So the idea is, let's make this the best TV show we can. Not let's use this show to build a pay-per-view. Let's use this show to build a house show. Right. Obviously, you still got to build a pay-per-view, some, but the main focus is get people to tune in to USA Network on Monday nights because the larger the rating is, the more we can demand for television rights fees.
And the more you can promote the pay-per-view based off that rating. If the rating goes up, you can promote the pay-per-view based off that rating. So
but
you got to get the TV
ratings
up.
I think their idea is let's do stuff to make people want to watch the TV, whereas for the longest time it was let's not give them everything on the TV. Let's save it for the pay-per-view and just kind of give them teasers on the TV.
Right, but think about
now, like let's give them the main shit on TV and then the best matches we can give them because there's no time limit.
You've got, but not only that, dude, but you've got 3-4 million people every week tuning into TV, right? And then on pay-per-views, you've got 150,000, 200,000 people. So your main fan base where you've got millions of people tuning in, where you can promote like WWEshop.com last night with Mick Foley, and you can promote pay-per-views and things like that. TV, like you said, is the main revenue source and the main thing that WWE wants to promote. Exactly. So we're going to run down Raw from last night, Survivor Series from Sunday night. We're going to try to get the chat room and everything else fixed during the commercial break. I think we can do that, right?
I could do it on my computer right now, but I'd have to stand up. Like I could unplug this because it wouldn't touch the mic. Plug the wireless in.
Go ahead and do it. I'm gonna get the plugs out of the way, and then we'll do it because we need the chat room up. We speaking of the chat room, we've got the live chat back this week. Like I told you last week, it is at WZROnline.com. WZROnline.com.
Motherfucking
slash chat. Get in there, lots and lots of people. We're just gonna some production issues. We're just gonna fix this up for you guys. So the chat room's fixed. We just had to pay $100-$120, something like that,
that's
to
right.
get it back up.
Money we don't even have.
I know.
Oh fuck! Now I don't have a mouse. Hold on.
But yeah. So anyway, we got it back up. It is running again. We're gonna run down, like I said, Survivor Series and Raw from Monday night and Sunday night. WWE SmackDown is being taped tonight. Main event and SmackDown being taped tonight in, is it Uncastle? Uncastle? Unkinsville, Connecticut. Somewhere in Connecticut tonight. So it's gonna be an early night for you guys on the East Coast. We're gonna have it'll be about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Eastern time. WWE main event and SmackDown spoilers will be out, so we'll probably be able to give you guys something before we go off the air here tonight. There's the chat room. What up to the chat room? Right there we are.
I don't even remember.
WZROnline.com. slash chat. Get in there. Lots and lots of people in there as always tonight. What up? What up, chat room? What do you think? We didn't get to see a reaction to our birthday celebration. I specifically said the boon, and I fucked it up, man, with the whole video and everything. But I specifically said, I want to see what the people have to say about this little birthday celebration. And then I get here, and the chat was gone, and I was like, I don't want to bring it up, and then it didn't pop up. And I'm like,
you can go because you have your chat up in your room. You listening?
Yes, I'm listening. I have my chat up in my room.
Scroll all the way to the top, and then you'll see what everybody.
Oh, it doesn't clear itself? I thought it cleared.
I think it clears every so often, but I think you can look at the. I don't know.
All right.
You figure if you pay for it, you should be able to look at whatever.
That's what I'm saying, right? We should have an archive or something, man, for $100 and something a month. But anyway.
WZROnline.com.
slash chat. Let's get the font bigger. Can we get the font bigger?
I don't think you can.
Oh, really?
Oh, wait, yeah, you can.
There we go. Yeah, get it nice and big. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so we're going to have WWE main event SmackDown spoilers here in just a little bit.
Make sure I'm on camera because I don't even see. Okay. Right there, and now I can go back to the chat. Alright.
Let's see. It's snowing outside. Talked about that a little bit when we came on the air. Let me tell you something.
I'll see you guys in 20 minutes.
Wait a minute. I came on here last Tuesday night, and I said to everybody, I said, I'm going to come on here next Tuesday night, and we're going to be talking about a big storm on the East Coast, near or around Thanksgiving. I said next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere in there.
Well, just for the sake
it's Tuesday.
Just for the sake of geographic whatever, how many states are covered in this? Like, how many people are going to give a shit about our local weather?
I believe that out of the 50 states, I think I heard on the news tonight that 32 states out of the 50 states were affected by this storm. It started in Texas, came all the way across to southern, Tennessee, and now it's coming all the way up the East Coast. I think 32 states are affected by it.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't expect that, did 32 states.
No, I didn't know what the hell. I don't care, first of all. I didn't know what to expect. Crazy but Lovable's in Richmond, Virginia. She says she's getting the snow right now.
There you go. Anybody else getting this storm on the East Coast? Anybody on the East Coast? New York in the Northeast, New York City, you know what I mean? So anyway, I talked about it last Tuesday, and I said near or around Thanksgiving, we're going to be talking about a snowstorm or a rainstorm or just a pretty big storm. We didn't know if it was going to be rain or snow. Well, we're here. It's Tuesday night. We got a big storm coming up. It was snowing earlier, and we're supposed to get more snow coming in the afternoon tomorrow. We're supposed to get like a freezing rain sleet mix up here, and then it's supposed to go back to snow tomorrow. So we're gonna wind up with quite a bit of snow here in just a little bit. See what you do. But I'm not gonna bring it up. Anyway, but
you should have seen the other day. It's like Christmas morning when all the kids wake up and they go to sleep. There's just a tree, nothing under it. The kids wake up. There's presents. Mommy, come look! Santa came. There's presents. He comes in the rooms the other day. Everybody come on! Everybody get your shoes on. Come outside. There's snow.
Yeah.
I'm fired.
Get out.
See ya.
But no, listen. You were excited, man. It was the first time that you hadn't seen. I mean, you hadn't seen snow because you've lived.
Personally, I thought it was
unbelievable.
Unbelievable, no doubt, right? Because it's been about 10 years.
nuts.
You used to live in Florida. You lived
It was
in Florida.
nuts.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. It was nuts. You got to check it out. That's what I said. I said you got to come outside. You got to check this out. But we're gonna get some more stuff. What are you saying?
You got to see? Can you check it out or whatever?
You're an asshole, man. And then here, I'll get it. You want to talk? You want to move on to a different subject? Let's talk football.
I know you're very
let's talk
excited.
some football, man. Let's talk some football from this past Sunday. So, how about them Detroit Lions? Bad week, huh? Bad week. And then we talked about this just a couple of weeks ago. We had said, you and I had played once during the season, or twice during the season. You beat me the first time.
What?
You beat me the first time.
What?
You beat me the first time.
Okay.
Right? I beat you the second time. So we were tied up 1-1, and we went into this week, and we had no idea.
Second time our teams were all fucked up, by the way. Just wanted to mention that. But yeah.
Right, no doubt. But your team was just as fucked up as mine was. So we didn't even know until Wednesday that you and I were playing each other in fantasy, right? And make a long story short,
I'm not going to help you with the stories. You start stuttering and stammering.
Make a long story short, you guys can go check the link on yahoo.com. But winner,
pumpkin dinner. Big
chicken
deal,
dinner.
man.
It's chicken dinner, man. Winner,
Where I come from is pumpkin.
Winner, chicken dinner. Ryan Clark up 2-1. Do we play again or not?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Is that it?
That would be it. I mean,
I don't know, but I think somebody in the chat room. Did I make the playoffs? I know you're in the playoffs because you have a better record than I do.
We're doing all this bragging about you're 2-1 against me, but I got the better record overall, which is what matters.
But by one game, man. By one.
Well, it was 2 games, but
right.
You changed that.
So anyway, but I don't know if we play again. But am I in the playoffs, Rygal? No,
maybe.
Season ends next week, so I could be in the playoffs next week.
Am I in? I'm definitely in.
I think you might definitely be in because you're. I mean,
I was like top 4 all season, but I think your loss just threw me.
Well, I play
There's
Rygal.
a lot of guys that have. I think I have 5 losses.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of guys in that realm. But before this week, I was one of. I was up there.
Yeah, no doubt. I keep forgetting about these stupid fucking hats, dude.
I'm trying to notice that. That's why I don't look at the thing over there.
Right. So anyway, if we do play again, we can tie it up 2-2, and we'll make the season. We'll tie each other's record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think Boone's pretty much in the playoffs. I think you need to win next week. If a couple people win and you lose or something like that.
Foster's on the injured reserve, so he's out for the rest of the season, and he's my main fucking running back.
Stephen Ridley is also benched.
Yeah, they benched my second running back.
He's
so my
been
top
fumbling.
running back's out.
All right.
Second running back's out.
Yeah, he's been fumbling the ball, so Bill Belichick benched him, dude. And he's a real dick. You ever see him in the post game press conferences where he answers?
Yeah, I have.
No.
It reminds me of what was it? Bill Parcells used to be like that, a real fucking asshole and shit at times.
When he was with New England too,
in New York Jets and a bunch of other teams,
right,
Cowboys, I think. But Belichick, isn't he the guy that was accused of cheating in the Super Bowl or the playoffs, where he could somehow see the other team's playbook?
No,
somehow?
I don't think that was him. That was San Francisco, wasn't it? One of the brothers there, the Harbaugh brothers.
I thought it was Belichick. They're saying Belichick.
Was it Belichick? I thought it was the Harbaughs. No. All right. No doubt. All right, it was Belichick then, no doubt. But anyway, so maybe if we play again, whatnot, we could play in the playoffs. If I get into
for us. If Clark stays number 6, he plays Rygal in the first round of the playoffs. Right now, I fell from 3rd to 5th.
Oh.
Chris Brown is 4th, so we would play. So there you go. There's the playoff update.
So I knocked you from 3rd to 5th.
From 5th to 3rd.
I love it.
Or 3rd to 5th. Yeah. That was a good timing, too.
All right, so let's get into it, man. We the official website of WZR Radio, WZROnline.com. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Facebook.com/WZRArmy, YouTube.com/WZRArchive. We're on Twitter as well. Just go to WZROnline.com. Damn it. Fucking hate when I stutter. during that. WZROnline.com, top navigation bar, social media tab, drop down menu. Got all the links to Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. WZROnline.com, the official home of WZR TV Tuesdays. So, we had WWE Survivor Series from...
Oh, my dirty thing. Look at this, guys. This is why you don't smoke right here.
It's bad, right?
I tried to scrub the shit out of it because I knew we'd be on the air and I do this a lot, especially when I fuck with you and I do your fucking...
I know.
Did you ever watch the archive to see if you do this?
I did, but I didn't notice it.
Oh, dude, you do it all the time.
It wasn't this, though.
No, it's this.
Or no,
yes, it is.
I move my arms like this, but it's not like that.
It is.
No.
Yes, it is.
That doesn't even feel comfortable.
Check this out. Chat room, is this what he does?
This? Or do I move my hands like this? I'm always moving my hands like this.
Do that, but yeah, you did. What TNA needs to do is they need to blah blah. There you go. There's a bunch of yes booms for you. I'm right, you're wrong.
I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're talking about.
I salute the being correct.
Salute? Alright, let's do it, man. WWE Survivor Series from this past Sunday night, man. What'd you think overall, top to bottom?
I did it a column, a review of it. I said grading Survivor Series from top to bottom. It's at eWrestlingNews.com right now if you want to go check it out. I believe I gave the overall show a C+. Because
C+.
Based on the grades, you do A is great, B is good, C is average, D is bad, F is awful.
Okay.
So I figure it was slightly above average because in my opinion there was a lot of great matches, but the main event really fucked everything up. And the main event scores heavy in the overall show because that's kind of what the whole point of the show is the main event and how it delivers. And it's the last thing that you see as you go off the screen, so it leaves a big impression. And I thought the main event took it down several notches.
Main event took it down.
I thought overall
a
it was
big
slightly
time.
above average.
Let's load up a report here. By the way, you guys in the chat room also, what do you guys think? Oh, and another thing, I want to ask the people in the chat room real quick. Will you get the report up? How's the lighting tonight? We added some different lighting features in here to try to make it so it's a little bit more clear for you guys. Let us know in the chat room if we're brighter or if it's not as dark as it has been. It's worse. The lighting's worse.
We see bright, much better. Looks good.
Much better. All right.
Alcoholics is worse.
No doubt. Yeah, it should look a little bit better because we tweaked the light settings in here, so it should be good to go.
We got great hats on.
And the great hats,
I want to make that
point. Speaking of that chat room, WZROnline.com.
I feel like we're overdoing the .com this
/chat. WZROnline.com/chat. We can never overdo our own
4 or 5 times in 20 minutes.
We're plugging the chat room. Every time we plug the chat room, you got to do the .com.
All right.
All right. So they kicked it off. We had the.
Can I just say before, because we're about to get going with the real show here. I'm actually proud of you.
Yeah.
You only spent maybe 3 minutes on weather.
I didn't want to...
I thought for sure we were getting a 30-minute weather. This guy follows... He's got 20 fucking different maps he looks at. Every time I go in his room, dude, look, I'm tracking this storm. And then he'll get mad. He'll get fucking pissed. Because God damn it, the fucking thing happened, the radar, I don't even know the words you use, but like
there was some snow showers coming down the pipe.
GOA and
there was some snow showers coming off Lake Ontario the other day, okay? And I was tracking them, and I tracked them all the way. I tracked them all the way from Lake Ontario to Albany. And right before they got to Albany, they looked beautiful coming down the pike, bro, right? From Lake Ontario, they're coming right at us, and right before they get to Albany, they break up. I was so pissed off because I had tracked them for like 400 miles from Lake Ontario right before they got to Albany, and they broke apart. And
I just don't understand it. I'm indifferent to weather. If it snows, all right, because
I
don't drive. You drive. I figured you'd be rooting for not snow because then you could drive easier. With snow, it's
I love driving in the snow. I was out there this morning.
Traffic is backed up. It's like nothing good about it.
Before they salted the parking lot this morning, I'm out there in the car at 7:30 with the e-brake spinning around in the back parking lot this morning.
Oh, okay. They want me to correct you. You said coming down the pipe.
Coming down the pipe. Pike.
You said
with
pike.
A K.
Oh, they said
coming down the pike.
All right.
Coming down the pike.
Okay.
Anyways, so whatever. I didn't want to spend much time on weather and football.
Oh yeah, I don't want to.
I tried to skip over.
Right. Not this week. Next week we can. But actually, we played Thanksgiving this Thursday. The Lions and Packers.
Yeah, you do. You guys always play Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but we got the Packers this year, which is good because that's like a rivalry. We got
big game.
Dallas and Oakland. That's another rivalry, and then the fucking
night games, Pittsburgh and
Baltimore. They hate each other. That's like Yankees, Red Sox, where I'm from, from Maryland. But what was I gonna say about the weather? Oh yeah, you said you like driving in the snow. I remember just a quick story. One time I lived with you in I think it was Albany at the time.
East Greenbush, I think.
No, I think it was Albany. She wanted to go to no, it was East Greenbush. You wanted to go to Averill Park.
Right.
Specifically for fun. He says, yo, like, cause I'm deathly afraid of driving. I've been in some horrendous car wrecks. I broke my back in one. To this day, I'm gonna probably end up in a wheelchair, but if I don't get surgery, which I can't get.
Wow.
Bottom line is, I'm scared to death of driving, and for fun, this fucking guy likes to go around and just as hard as he can jack the wheel on the icy roads until we're like spinning around.
Isn't that fun?
He's
to drive in the snow. It's not fun to go out there.
The hill. We got stuck and we couldn't get up.
But we always get out. You reverse, you go back and forth. If you're a smart driver, it's fun to go out in the snow and rip the car around a little bit. Isn't that? You know what I mean? Anyway, I wish I had a truck or something like that, so we just go rip around.
That's
you know
what you need, yeah.
All right, so let's get into it, man. Survivor Series. They kicked it off. We had the Hall of Fame panel on the pre-show. Man, there's something with Bret Hart. I was thinking that while I watched it. I was like, Ryan hates Bret Hart, and he's being the Bret Hart that probably Ryan's in there like, fuck this guy, man. He's so fucking... Right? He just sounds...
I like him.
He comes across as just an arrogant dickhead. Is he not?
He is a little bit. I mean, he takes wrestling super seriously, and he takes his place in wrestling super seriously. He really does think he's the bee's knees, you know, cat's pajamas. He's the fucking shit, and he knows it.
Yeah, well, he was back in the day, man, but
he was never a great promo.
Never.
I've heard people argue that he was, which blows my mind, because the guy could barely put a sentence together.
Yeah, and he still can't put a sentence together. He was terrible on the pre-show.
Are we taking calls randomly here tonight?
Yeah, go ahead. All
right.
Let's do it up.
First caller of the evening. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on? Caller? Peace. They hung up on us. All right.
They got nervous. But no, Booker T was great. Mick Foley is always, he was awesome. How did that promo on Raw last night?
What? Oh, when he did the WWE shop? Yeah, he went from Foley to Dude Love to Mankind. Have a nice day. I love hearing his Hannibal Lecter. I think that's what it is. When he does Mankind, it's gonna be it's gonna be Queen. You know, he gets that fucking voice going. But Foley was doing a great job. I'm sitting there trying to be serious. I just caught a glimpse of your eyes. But Foley did a great job on the expert panel. Real good job. Booker T surprisingly did pretty damn good as well.
Booker's good too, man. Yeah. Booker, and then Brett was just it's like a robot.
It sounds like he always needs to clear his throat these days.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was after the stroke. Once he had the stroke, I think that had a lot to do with it. But let me clear my throat.
Anyway. Hold on. If you ask me, and I think we need to actually get into it this time.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Alright, so they kicked it off, right? Survivor Series. Let's get into it. Survivor Series, the pre-show. We had Miz and Kofi Kingston, right? This is where they did... Was it?
You said you missed this, right?
I had it on in the background, but I was doing the play-by-play stuff. Is this where the Miz turned heel, or this was where Kofi almost turned heel?
Raw going into Survivor Series, they had a tag match, and I think it might have been the Real Americans they were facing. Don't quote me on that, but they had a tag match. It was Miz and Kingston against somebody else. Kingston's getting his ass whooped. He goes to make the tag to Miz. Miz hops off the apron, puts his arms up, and smiles like, "Fuck you, you're on your own." He screwed him. Left him hanging. Going into the Survivor Series, they're the kickoff show match. I keep doing this because if you notice that
It's bad.
It gets on my lip. It's so long.
And every time I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but every time I take a sip of water, it gets stuck in the fucking. Yeah.
I hate that with coffee and like
terrible,
sticky and shit.
Terrible.
We're gonna get Caller, you're on there. What's going on?
Yeah, I found this number in my wife's phone. Who are you?
Found the number in his wife's phone.
Sorry about that.
You're live on WZR TV. What up, brother?
Well, you listed under the name Sweetheart.
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 What have you been doing with her?
Huh? Oh, I'm doing everything under the sun, brother. You don't even want to know. But what's on your mind tonight?
Don't play dumb.
Oh, I think it's a prank, right? Like
is it a robot?
Like a soundboard.
Is it one of the
I think so.
robots?
Yeah.
Sounds like a robot.
Are you in her yoga class?
Yeah, it's one of
Okay.
them.
Well, what's today's date, sir?
I knew it.
All right. Anyways, but no.
One of them robot things.
Okay, so that's the build-up from Raw going into the Survivor Series to the kickoff show match, and what happens is they at the beginning of the match, Miz offers his hand to Kingston. Apologize. Yeah, sorry.
Right.
They shake hands, everything's cool. Miz works babyface the whole match. Then at the end, Miz beats him. After the match, Kingston's upset. Miz is like, "Hey, I got you this time. We're good."
Right.
So Miz goes to shake his hand again. You think this is where Miz is gonna fully turn.
Right.
And instead, Kingston looks at him, looks at his hand, looks down. Bam! Bitch smacks him right in the fucking mouth.
Right,
Walks
no
off,
doubt.
And Miz is like shocked, like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
So it looked like Kingston was turning heel, but then I think the idea was they were gonna turn Miz heel last week. Christmas Bounty's coming out, and last night they did the Michael Strahan segment with Miz where he was total babyface again.
He was a total
So
baby.
I think
You're
they
right.
wanted to make Kingston show an edge, just like Miz show an edge, to just show that sometimes they get upset and heated.
Right.
It was kind of explained on commentary. A little
that movie with
kind of like
Miz,
covering up Miz's heel turn by having Kingston do something jerkish too.
I think you might be right with that movie thing. You brought it up here last week, man, where the movie thing was coming out. The thing is, I thought it was on ABC, right? Like the main ABC network. It's ABC Family, so it's not as big of a deal as
and it's more of a. I mean, you can be a heel on an ABC channel if it's a heel movie, but it's a squeaky clean good guy movie.
Right,
but like on ABC
right.
Family, that's all kids and families, obviously, and
that's tonight, by the way.
Yeah, tonight.
The Mrs. Movie airs.
Play our competition again. When is it?
Right. It's tonight. I don't know what time it starts. After we go off the air tonight.
There you go.
So anyway, let's. We opened the Survivor Series pay-per-view with
traditional elimination match. The guys.
It was the Usos, Cody Rhodes, Goldust, and Rey Mysterio against the team of Jack Swagger, Antonio Cesaro, The Shield, and The Shield. This was a good match. Antonio Cesaro and The Shield.
Okay.
Did I say The Shield twice?
You said The Shield twice.
I don't think I did.
I promise.
Check the chat room.
You'll hear the archive.
Did I say The Shield twice? Chat room? Did I just say the Shield twice? And if you don't know, don't just say yes or no. I don't think I said it twice. I think I said it once.
I promise you said it twice. Twice. Yes. Let me hear the actual sentence.
I hate when you're right. Man,
Let me hear the sentence.
I hate when I'm wrong. What?
Who's right, who's wrong? Clear it up for everybody.
Come
on.
I hate doing this.
Get it out.
You were right. I was wrong.
Thank you. Now we can continue. Well, what happened on Survivor Series with the Shield?
It was a good match. It was a great match to kick off the pay-per-view,
match
man.
of the night. That and the Wyatts and Punk and Bryan.
Yeah, the Divas match. God, and then the Divas match, they did it the following night or last night on Raw.
Well, they screwed up at Survivor Series with the announcement of the winners and shit.
Yeah. So, I was surprised that Ambrose was out so quickly.
Yeah, that was interesting.
He was the first one out, right? Ambrose was the first one out, and then Swagger was out next, followed by Cesaro, then Jimmy Uso, then Cody Rhodes was out.
Before you get to Usos, that's left. After those first 3 eliminations, it was like total opposite. It was 5 baby faces left, 2 heels left.
You're right.
So it was Reigns and Rollins left against the whole team, and you're like, shit. Usually you do it the other way around, so the baby faces look good overcoming the odds.
Right.
But they did the opposite this way, and it was good because I think it was obvious by the end. The match was designed
to get Roman Reigns over big
like
time.
The first step of his superstar status push.
We put up on the website a couple of weeks ago that WWE had plans for Summer Rae, number 1, big plans for her, and you can see that. You saw that at Survivor Series and then on Raw last night. Roman Reigns
loves her.
Right, no doubt.
She's awesome too.
Right.
She is good. And Roman Reigns and then Biggie Langston.
Biggie Langston was the other
obvious.
Biggie Langston, they gave him the IC title and he's getting pushed to the moon right now. Roman Reigns, you saw it last night on Raw and then again at Survivor Series. I mean, how nasty. I mean, I always thought that Edge had the best spear in the business. And I still think that. I still believe that Edge has the best spear ever in the history of pro wrestling, probably, right?
Not Goldberg?
Goldberg's was pretty big. Yeah, you're
pretty
right.
fucking
You're right.
intense when he did it.
You're right.
And I'll give this guy credit, even though he's obviously not the greatest worker of all time. Big Show's got a great spear.
He does.
When that
he really does.
Hits it, it's like, damn, that looks like it hurts.
So we'll go. So we'll go in both of our opinions. We'll go Edge and Goldberg are the two best spears in the history of pro wrestling, right? I would say
Reigns
for a big man, for a big guy,
he's got the speed too.
Exactly. I think Roman Reigns is up there. I mean, he hit a spear on like the last three guys, right, that were in the match. I think he hit a spear on Rey Mysterio. The one on Mysterio was nasty.
Yeah,
the one on
Goldust.
Goldust.
Little guy. Yeah, and plus I think it was one of those where, unless he did it on Raw last night, I think it was Raw last night.
Right.
Mysterio was running towards the ropes for the 619.
Yeah.
And as he's running, Reigns doesn't come straight on to him.
Mm-hmm.
Mysterio's coming this way. Reigns comes this way. Bow!
It was
fucking
nasty,
runs him
bro.
over, you know?
We have it right here. Reigns hit Jimmy Uso with a spear. Hit Cody Rhodes with a spear. Hit Goldust with a spear. Rey Mysterio with a spear.
Yep.
So they made him out to be a star, man, at Survivor Series.
Yeah, he broke the record, tied the record. With the most eliminations in a single traditional Survivor Series
Did he?
match.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he eliminated 4 guys. He's only the second person to do that. So.
No doubt. All right, let's get through it, man. We'll skip through some of these. I mean, we don't have to go match by match. There was a couple backstage segments: Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Biggie Langston, and Curtis Axel for the IC title. It was a rematch from
the immediate rematch. Axel got his chance to win it back. He lost after the match. Langston cut that. They had Renee Young interview him in the ring.
Right.
And Langston did that blatant fucking Boston this, Boston that. It was like, that's not his new gimmick.
I know.
Please don't let that be his gimmick.
It's such a cheap pop.
Yeah.
And somebody did it last night on Raw too, man. I don't know. We'll get to it when we go to Raw, but somebody did it last night too, right here in Long Island. You know what I mean? It was Strahan, right? Michael Strahan said it numerous
O'Neal
times.
or Miz,
something like that.
It was during that segment, I believe.
Titus O'Neal, maybe something like that. Yeah, you're
One
right.
of those guys.
The Divas 7-on-7, Survivor Series elimination match. Like you said earlier, they fucked up the finish big time here.
Well, they fucked up the announcement of the finish. Like they said that.
Is this what I do? Because I'm doing this right now. I don't mean to cut you off. Is it this or this?
You do
I'm
that
always
too,
doing
but this is, I'm telling you, you'll probably do it tonight without even thinking about it.
Okay.
I'll point it out to you just to fuck with you. But it's usually bad to do that because when you get to this point, you're dead serious about whatever you're talking about, and I gotta be careful what I say because you'll fucking snap on me. So I gotta be careful.
That's your sign. That's your sign.
That's how I know. If you're talking about Hulk Hogan, this shit gets up. If you're talking about the TNA sale, we're going right here with it. So
fuck out of here.
I gotta be careful.
All right, so we had the finish here.
The finish was, it came down to, Christ, I don't even remember, but I know that Natalya won with the sharpshooter in the end. I think she got AJ. Let me see real quick.
It came down to AJ. Brie Bella was in there. I don't think Nikki Bella
was still in there, but she was selling on the floor or something. So they announced Natalya as the sole survivor. Both Lillian Garcia on the house mic and Cole on the commentary for the pay-per-view. By the way, Ricardo Rodriguez worked Spanish commentary last night.
Yeah, they tried to show him. They tried to show him at the very beginning, but his microphone wasn't working, something like that, right?
Something like that. But yeah, so they screwed the announcement up, which is, I believe, why they redid the entire match
on Monday Night Raw.
They had Nikki win it there. So
it's the second time with Natalya in the sharpshooter thing, though, man. Remember somebody fucked up? Was it AJ Lee? There was a finish a couple weeks ago. The big botch.
Yeah, that was bad.
Was it a couple months ago? Wow, time flies.
Yeah.
Time flies. What was next? We had Orton goes up to Charles Robinson backstage. He wants him to, work with him tonight. Charles says, no, I'm going to do what the authority says, what the authority tells me.
Well, throughout the night, Orton was like trying to get help backstage.
Right.
This was one of those.
How about Ryback's open challenge? Everybody knew Mark Henry.
I actually called that during the day. I wrote an article about it.
Right.
And I'd heard that Henry was there. We both heard that. So
Sheamus was there too.
Yeah, but we had heard Henry was there, and a lot of people were saying that doesn't necessarily mean he'll be on this pay-per-view. And I just kind of put 2 and 2 together and said, even though it's not confirmed and it's only rumored as well, Ryback's rumored to issue an open challenge. 2 and 2 equals 4. I'm pretty sure Henry, because they had
two big guys too.
They had Khali and Big Show the last 2 weeks answer his challenge.
Exactly.
Well, Big Show was just a match, but Khali answered the challenge on SmackDown.
Right.
So the theme was big guys trying to stop the bully.
Who's the next big guy?
Who's the last big guy really left?
Mark Henry was ready to return.
Exactly.
And Sheamus was there, but he's not ready to return.
He's not a big guy either, really.
Right. Exactly.
So, but yeah, so Mark Henry came out with his bald head. Well, first what happened was they were going to the Survivor Series panel, and they were asking Brad about Natalya winning with the sharpshooter, this and that.
Right.
And while as soon as they go to talk, Ryback just cuts him off. Comes to the ring, does his open challenge. Mark Henry answers it, and Mark Henry just basically squashed him.
And Ryback is in the doghouse, bro. I mean, he's been in the doghouse for a while. There's a lot of issues there with ego, with attitude issues. They don't like the way that he represents the company, like you've talked about on here in media interviews and things like that. What'd you think about John Cena and...
Real quick, though, the cool spot in the Henry-Ryback match was right at the end. Ryback's running at him, and Henry gets off the ground.
Yeah.
And then does a splash into him. It fucking looked badass.
JBL sold that like crazy too.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me, man?
It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
That was pretty
Cena Del Rio, we pretty much said this was going to be. They're going to focus on Cena's arm. He's going to get stuck in the arm breaker. He's going to power out of it to show that his arm's back and he's good to go again.
Right.
And that's exactly what they did. They had him work without the brace for the first time.
Right.
And it was pretty much exactly what you'd expect with Cena retaining. So.
Right. Cena retained, obviously. You knew that was going to happen. We'll get into, the champion versus champion match when we talk about Monday Night Raw. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan against Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. This easily stole the show. Best match, without a doubt.
I like that opening match. I like that opening match a lot. But this was damn good. They're neck and neck for me.
This is awesome chance during this match. I thought that Luke Harper and Eric Rowan really have a lot of potential, man. Or at least I saw a lot of potential. But they're in the ring with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, so...
But no, I think they held their own. I mean, I was really watching that match, even though I was doing play-by-play. I was really trying, because that's the one match I always enjoy, is whatever Punk or Bryan's doing.
Right.
Same as promos. It's always, I want to hear what Punk has to say, or Heyman, if he's there. Which, the only thing that I thought about this match that wasn't good was its spot on the card. How the fuck is Big Show and Randy Orton
the main event?
How are they supposed to finish, or follow that?
Divas match should have been here.
Yes.
Divas match should have been here.
Calm the crowd down and then give them this. Because at least then Orton and Big Show following the Divas match, they could get the crowd back up.
Exactly.
But at this point, the crowd's way up because of that Bryan Punk Wyatt's match. So Big Show and Randy Orton at best could keep it there. And
like
immediately going from that to Big Show Orton, you get the boring chance, the Daniel Bryan.
And that's not, I mean, I think I said it to you, that's not what you want during your main event of a WWE pay-per-view, let alone one of your big four pay-per-views of the year. This is boring chance at the start of that match. You know, it's like, wow.
It only got worse because they did the fuck you finish again.
And Triple H and Stephanie McMahon came down.
Because it's worth noting, they opened the show with Triple H coming out, reiterating there would be no interference, but he made sure to add the word
no physical
interference so that they could still interfere, which resulted in the outcome. Just for those who didn't see it, Orton was knocked out by Big Show, or he was chokeslammed. I think he was about to get the knockout punch, something like that. He was about to finish him, basically, and then Triple H and Stephanie came out. Big Show gets distracted, turns around, RKO, loses. So they fucked him on the finish, which is exactly what they promoted they weren't going to do. So how many times... Whoa, look what I'm doing. So how many times... Oh, no. I just noticed it. But, so I don't know how many times they could do that and expect people to be like, when they say this time there's going to be a winner, this time it's going to be for, like, who's going to believe it after
you know what, though?
This many times.
That leads us into TLC.
Yeah.
Champion versus champion
real
finish.
Quick, say what happened after the, because that leads into this, what you're saying. At the finish here, Orton gets the RKO.
Oh, after the match, Cena comes down to the ring, and
it's worth noting too. There was still 15 minutes left when they had the finish.
Well, they never go off the air at 11 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, but they usually get into the 50s.
Well, Cena comes down to the ring, and
it's worth noting too. There was still 15 minutes left when they had the finish.
Well, they never go off the air at 11 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, but they usually get into the 50s.
Well, last couple pay-per-views, they've gone to like 10:50, 10:52, something like that.
Yeah.
But before that, in almost every pay-per-view, they would end at about 10:45 Eastern time, 10:40 to 10:45. TNA.
I don't know about that.
TNA.
10:40 to 10:45.
10:40 to 10:40.
I'm gonna go to the chat on that.
Go to the chat.
No way. That's right.
Normally they end at about 10:45 Eastern time. The last couple of pay-per-views, except for Survivor Series, they've gone to about 10:50 Eastern time. At Survivor Series, they went back to about 10:45 Eastern time.
Okay.
So that's
one guy says it's true, two guys says it's true. All right.
Yeah. Normally about 10:45.
Yeah. Either way, they ended way early, and I'm thinking, well, they're not ending here, so something's about to happen, and it did.
So Cena comes out, and basically they just do a stare down.
Yeah.
And they left that off, and you're going into Raw like, whoa, are they going to do John Cena against Randy Orton? And the original plan was to hold that off until either the Royal Rumble pay-per-view or even further at WrestleMania. And then they were going to have Randy Orton feud with Mark Henry, and then something changed because going out of Survivor Series on Sunday night, they were going into Raw with a Randy Orton versus Mark Henry feud planned. Something changed either late Sunday night or Monday, probably Monday.
I don't think it could have been Monday because obviously they knew they were doing Cena Orton next, or they wouldn't have had Cena come out like that at the end of Survivor Series.
Well, they were going to have Cena was going to come out at the end of the Survivor Series, and it was going to be a tease where they would basically plant the seeds. The seeds would have been planted there, okay, and they would have followed it up on Raw. But the match was not supposed to be done. I mean, let's think about it, bro. Why would you give away a match, John Cena and Randy Orton? You're going to give that a match of that magnitude. It's not like they're unifying the titles. I get that. And the way they worded it last night at the beginning of Raw was like they're going to unify the titles here. And then as the show went on, and WWE.com says the winner gets both titles. That's a match for WrestleMania where it's champion versus champion. A match of that magnitude with your world champion and the WWE champion, and you're just going to throw it out there on TLC?
Well, first of all, I'll tell you right now, they're not unifying the titles.
No.
Nor is somebody walking out of there with both titles.
That's what I'm getting to. There's going to be another false finish at TLC or some sort of screwy finish.
Here's what I think is going to happen. I think you're going to agree.
Okay.
There's going to be two titles hanging there.
Yeah.
Cena's the world champion right now. Orton's the WWE champion. At the end of the night,
they switch him. Right.
Somehow Orton gets the WWE title, or the world title. Cena gets the WWE title, and you got the title change, but it doesn't.
They grab him. They grab him at the same time, right? And then they jump off the ladder.
That's who.
Exactly. Cena's got the WWE title, which brings. And the thing with that is, okay, that brings Cena over to Raw, and Randy goes to SmackDown. Randy's already on SmackDown, and Cena's already on Raw. So it's like
it's pointless.
It's pointless for TV, but as far as house shows, Randy Orton would go on the SmackDown brand tour, and John Cena would be on the Raw brand tour. So they would switch titles.
So it's basically they must have a plan going forward for a program for Orton or Cena where they need Cena on the Raw house shows, they need Orton on the SmackDown.
Oh, of course they want Cena on the Raw house shows. I mean, that's their flagship. That's their brand.
Well, I think the opposite, because I think Raw house shows already has Punk, Bryan, people like that. So they need the big star on the SmackDown show so that those are still worth buying. Whereas Raw has enough that you could still want to buy a ticket without Cena.
It's not like Cena's still not going to be over on SmackDown and Orton's not still going to be on Raw. I think Cena's going to be on SmackDown every week. Not only that, but the SmackDown rating comes in at a 2.1 last week. Where do you think the credit's going? Who do you think the credit for that 2-point rating on SmackDown last week is going to? John Cena, of course.
But he wasn't on SmackDown last week.
Cena was on SmackDown last week.
He was the dark match with Del Rio. They didn't even have him on SmackDown.
He was not on the live show?
I wrote a comment about that. I mean, unless they interjected a video thing or something, he was not there.
He was at the TV tapings.
He was there because he did the post-show dark match, but he did not appear on SmackDown. Because I did an analyzation of the go-home show, the final go-home show for WZROnline.com.
Right.
Cena had nothing to do with anything.
Really?
He came out for the post-show dark match with Del Rio, but he wasn't on SmackDown at all.
I didn't know that. I didn't
not
know that.
according
Okay.
to the spoilers.
All right, no doubt.
There you go. Boone's right.
No doubt.
There you go.
I didn't say you were wrong.
I know.
I didn't say.
Well, you said they're going to give Cena the credit for that rating, but that doesn't make any sense because he wasn't on the show. So
No, it doesn't make any sense if he wasn't on the show, right? No, I agree with that. All right, so that was Survivor Series. You gave it a C+. I'm gonna go B-.
You think?
I'm gonna go B-. I love the Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. The main event, like you said, really fucked it up, man. Another
Yeah,
crazy
I would have gave it a
silly
B-
finish.
without that main event.
Maybe a C+.
There you go.
Why don't I go
That's
C+?
exactly what
That's
I
what
gave
you
it.
gave it. So why don't I go with C+? Because the main event, now that I think, there was the Divas match, which I didn't like. The opener I loved. The Daniel Bryan CM Punk stuff I loved. Cena Del Rio was pretty good for what it was.
I thought I even rated that was like an average match because you'd already
Yeah.
seen that exact same match even on pay-per-view a few times before. So it's like they didn't even do anything special in that. Where it's like, wow, at least even though we had to see them fight again, at least they did something cool this time. Like it was the same exact fucking match we've seen. So you know.
Is this bugging your beard a little bit or no? Is it just me?
That's why I keep doing this underneath. It bugs my ear.
Yeah, it's bugging me. Anyways, can we take these off an hour two?
It's up to you. You're the one who wanted to wear them.
We're gonna take them off in hour number 2. We're not coming back with these stupid things on. Right. But so anyway, that was Survivor Series. We have 8 minutes. Let's talk about Raw just a little bit here, man. I got the Raw report up on this while the Wi-Fi was working. We were able to get it up. But they kicked it off. I mean, they came right out of Survivor Series and said, "We got TLC, and 3 weeks from now, let's get the main event. Let's get it confirmed."
I'm glad they did that, but the only thing is they should have, like you said, this is too soon for this main event. Although because they're not going to do anything, and we both agree that they're just going to switch the titles back and forth.
Right.
I guess they can do it, but with only 3 weeks to build up the titles, unification, whatever the fuck they're doing here, it's like, why don't you save that for a show where you can actually build it?
Build it up, I know.
You just announced last night, now you got 2 more Raws to do something to get people excited, and it just doesn't seem right for the match of that magnitude, as you said earlier.
Right. I gotta say, I said, let's take these
They're all saying not.
and they say no. They say,
the fans win. If they don't want them off, then
if they don't want them off, they're not coming
they stay on.
So we're coming back here. Do you want them on or off? Can we take the things off, or do you want us to come back in hour number 2 with these stupid things? You want us to come back and wear them? We'll wear them. On.
It's already decided. They say on.
We're keeping them on.
All right.
We're keeping them on. All right. So listen. The Authority comes to ringside, right? It's Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, right?
Orton came out first.
Orton comes out first.
Calls out the Authority. Yeah,
Orton
said they would join them at ringside. Real quick though, they did the graphic before Raw started in tribute in memory of Mad Dog Vachon.
Yes, they did.
So they gave him his props, which was nice because he had actually passed. At this point, it had been like already a week.
Yeah.
So this was the first Raw, I think, since his passing became public knowledge. So they decided to,
Right.
WWE Hall of Famer.
WWE. I didn't know much about him.
Legit bad guy, or legit tough guy, a little short guy, but a bad motherfucker. Had amateur wrestling career. I think he was an Olympic wrestler, actually. Related to Luna Vachon. You remember Luna Vachon?
Yep.
The crazy bitch with the veins.
That was her father?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know if it was Mad Dog Vachon or Paul, the Butcher Vachon. Or, I don't know. Somebody might in the chat.
Everybody remembers Luna. Crazy Luna, you know?
Shows with Gangrel all the time.
I don't mean to switch topics, but they want cake.
They want
cake. Can we bring up some cake?
Yeah.
Bring up some cake in hour number 2?
Well, I wish we didn't have Jacob screw that cake up.
I know.
Showed him that.
It was a beautiful
craziest cake. His sister's like a fucking gourmet chef, and now I guess she's a great baker too.
We do have a little bit of cake though.
I mean, it's like a fucking car and a bunch of trees and the name Jacob spelled out, and it's all cake.
She did.
Cake.
Like Boone said, it's a car and it's made out of cake, and then
it's like a whole world.
And then she baked cookies, and the cookies are the car wheels, right? So you've got this big 2-story car, 3-story car. Well, car with then, where you drive, and it's got like the windows and everything, and then it's got the cookies for the wheels. But Jacob's only 1 year old, so of course we just let him have at it, and he dug in and just kind of ruined it, right?
We let the fans call everything. I'm not gonna do what Crazy But Lovable saying there at the top in pink, though.
Well, I see cake joints and strippers, and it's a party. We got the cake. We'll bring you some cake.
I want Boone as the stripper.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm not getting naked here on the air.
No,
I don't want to get us kicked off.
Nobody in the chat room wants to see you naked and stripping here either, man. But we can bring you guys some cake when we come back from the break. They can't
All right.
eat it, but
She says Clark can be the stripper. There you go.
you can't have your cake and eat it too, right?
I don't want any cake. I'm lactose intolerant, but you can have your cake and eat it too in this case.
You can have your cake and eat it too.
In this
These
case.
people, in our case, right? But if we bring them cake, it's like putting cake there, and then they just get to sit there and like
I feel like Jay-Z
drool.
and Drake now. You ever heard that song? Cake, cake, cake,
cake, cake, cake.
Yeah.
All right,
Pound
we'll bring
cake.
some cake back. We want some cake. You want some cake? We're gonna bring you some cake. An hour numero dos. All right, so TLC main event's established, right?
Yeah.
Authority. Randy Orton comes out. He calls out the Authority. John Cena comes out, cuts a promo, and he says, "Listen, man, you're the WWE champion. I'm the world champion. I say, and maybe the Authority will agree. I say, me and you and I, let's have a match." Right now or whenever, and we'll decide who really is the face of WWE.
Here's my problem with this. The Authority are supposed to be a heel group. Am I not wrong?
They're a heel group.
Okay, so why are they acting like baby faces with Orton? Orton's clearly a heel, and they're pretty much like, hey man, you're on your own, or hey, fuck it, I think it's a good idea to have you guys fight. Hey, we're not helping you. Hey, this and that.
I wouldn't say they're baby faces.
Not so
to
much
Randy
baby
Orton.
faces. No, they're baby faces as far as the public perception and the way they treat Orton.
Right.
Usually you want to see the heel get it.
Uh-huh.
And whoever gives it to him is a baby face. They're giving it to him.
Well, they're just
I
basically
mean, they helped
telling
him win, but now they're like, every time they're in a segment, Orton leaves pissed. Like, fucking, when in reality, if they're a heel group, they should be helping Orton and catering to him and this and that.
Well, I wouldn't. Okay, the Authority is a heel group.
Yeah,
I agree
but
with
they're
that.
taking some edge off of their...
They're not like a full-fledged heel, though.
But with Vince coming back soon, they're supposed to be full-fledged
Full-fledged
heels by the
heels.
time he's back.
Right.
And doing stuff like this kind of curbs their heel
Yeah.
appeal.
I get it. They're not like a full-fledged heel.
Yeah, like
they're
fucking complete assholes.
Right,
You know?
right. Stephanie is, but Triple H is kind of. I mean, Triple H is kind of in the back. It
Yeah.
seems like Stephanie is.
And Orton even had a babyface line last night because he was putting himself over, blah, blah, blah. And then Stephanie said something to the effect of, yeah, we knew it, we thought, and then, we predicted something like that. And when she was done, Orton said, leave it to Stephanie McMahon to make it all about herself or something.
Right,
like that.
right.
You know,
Yeah. So they set up the main event. John Cena agrees, or the Authority agrees with John Cena that we're gonna have a champion versus champion.
They've
Triple
been
H
thinking
says,
about it anyway.
Right, it's been in the
I
works.
think that was
They've been-
supposed to be the segment at Survivor Series, which we didn't talk about, where Cena, after he defended his title against Del Rio, was backstage with the Authority, and they're all talking about something, and Orton walks in, and he's like, what the fuck are you, what's this?
Right, with John Cena, but you're right.
And that's
you're
where
right.
Orton was like, I knew that's what you guys were talking about last
Exactly.
night, blah, 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 So either way, bottom line is, they set the matchup like you said, and when they leave, Cena looks excited about it, and Orton's like, oh, fuck. He's looking at his title like, man, I'm going to lose this thing,
Right, but he thought that against the Big Show too, where
Yeah.
man, I'm going to lose my title against the Big Show. But anyways,
Exactly,
so we've got
he
our
already said it.
right. So we've got our WWE TLC main event. We had the first match on Raw. It was the Rhodes Brothers and Rey Mysterio against the Shield. Pretty good match for a
Good
for
match.
Raw.
I mean,
Really
anytime
good
the
match.
Rhodes Brothers are out there, mwah, beautiful. Anytime the Shield's out there
too.
mwah,
Right.
beautiful.
Right.
So,
Rey Mysterio's back. Same old Rey Mysterio.
Yeah,
same
same
time and
stuff.
time again.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the Miz TV
Can we do
segment?
this in 3 minutes or 2 minutes?
The Miz TV segment with
I don't think
Michael
we can do this
Strahan?
in 2 minutes or 1 minute now. I don't think we can.
All right, no, we can go to a.
My
we'll
God,
go-
that was a fucking train wreck. And a
that
half.
was a train wreck.
I mean,
But
we had musical
and you know
chairs
what?
the week before this.
You know what?
Yeah.
Given what he was given, I thought Michael Strahan did a decent job given what he was given last night. You may disagree. We'll talk about it on the flip side when we come back from the break. I thought Michael Strahan was pretty damn good given what he was given last night on Raw.
Yeah.
You are listening to.
You're watching.
You are watching. You are watching WZR TV Tuesdays with Matt Boone
That's me.
and Ryan Clark.
That's him.
We'll be back
Yes, we will.
with cake.
Cake.
Cake. Right after this.
Oh.
The cake is in the building! Cake. So, remember when we were telling you guys where she made this cake, right? And it's in the form of a car, right?
I got it.
With the cookies. Let it, where can we put it? They wanted cake, so we brought them cake.
Real quick. This mic's gonna sound fucked up for a second.
Alright.
Set it down.
Okay.
Hold this one. Hold this.
Yep.
Push this
go. That's what I'm talking about. Get a little bit of cake in there.
Yep. So can they see everything? This is the truck, but it's going to smush a little bit.
Right, Jacob bit into it. I'll take some of the truck. Let me get some of the truck. Very good.
That's the J.
Hey, there's the B. I see the B.
The A, the C, and the
Yeah, it's good cake too. Okay. Let them see us again.
Alright.
So there's your cake. We'll leave it here and we'll let you guys kind of drool. Drool on it.
See on the cakes.
We still got our hats on. What's the chat room think of the cake? Isn't that a good cake for Jacob? Pretty good cake, right?
That looks nasty.
That's a good cake. No, it's a good cake.
It's delicious.
Delicious.
I don't have it.
Put your teeth on. Dig right in there.
I'm lactose intolerant.
There's chocolate.
Yeah, no, there's milk and fucking all that
You
shit.
drink coffee in the morning.
Because I like
And you eat cheese.
Yeah, because I like
So
it.
eat some cake.
I don't like cake.
Fuck out of here. See that lame excuse you tried to come up with? I'm lactose intolerant. I said, I don't like it.
I'll eat shit even though it's got lactose. I can't help it. Like onion dip, I love it with chips. Macaroni and cheese, I can't help it. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't love cake, so I'm
No,
gonna make myself
I don't like
sick
cake
for
either,
no
but
reason.
it's really good cake. I gotta be honest. And I don't eat cake. I eat ice cream cake,
Yeah.
but not that. So, so anyway, here we are for our numero dos. Bam! Numero. Get it? 2.
Why's that too?
1, 2. Our
Oh.
numero dos.
Yeah.
Our numero.
Because you're blowing twice?
Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea.
Stupid.
It's a bad joke.
So anyway,
Speaking of bad jokes,
we put rapid fire up. That's
Ms.
not a bad
TV.
joke.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Rapid fire. Go to facebook.com/
Let's try it again.
Go to facebook.com/ Ryan Clark WZR. Once you get there, the top post will ask you for your questions and comments for the rapid fire segment. Here in our numero dos. We'll get to as many as we can in a rapid style fashion. Because that's what we do, goddammit. That's facebook.com/ Wait for it. Keep waiting. Ryan Clark WZR.
You are something else, man.
Alright.
Alright, instead of looking at our stupid selves in these hats, let's load that chat room back
Alright.
up. Speaking of that chat room, tell them how they can get there, Matt.
Well, they can get there by going to WZROnline.com /chat. That's WZROnline.com /chat.
WZROnline.com/chat. Get there. Lots and lots of people in there. As always, tonight we're going to finish up Monday Night Raw here in our numero dos. And then we're going to get into your rapid fire questions. If you guys want to call up at any point during this show, you can do so at 518-712-3070. 518-712-3070. Give us a call. We don't bite. I don't bite. He bites. But give us a call. 518-712-3070. Taking your phone calls all throughout our number 2. All right. So, you want to talk about a train wreck?
Yes.
Let's talk about a train wreck.
Choo choo, motherfucker. Yeah.
Choo choo.
Ms. TV with Michael Strahan, played by Titus O'Neil at first.
Yeah.
Painted gap in the teeth, fake lisp.
Stupid,
Yeah,
stupid,
it was
stupid.
stupid. And it was.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the reference there. He
Yeah.
puts on the Michael Strahan. Everybody knows it's an obvious joke. And even
Did you say
if you watch
Strahan?
Michael Strahan.
Okay.
Michael Strahan, I watch, Fox NFL Sunday every Sunday morning, noon to 1 o'clock before the football games.
Do I?
I
don't watch that.
He
I
jokes.
mute it and stare at it.
He jokes about the gap. It's like an ongoing
Yeah.
joke on the NFL Sunday thing. And then he's on live with Kelly. Kelly Ripa is so hot. She's like a 50-year-old. God, she's banging.
I used to watch her when I was a kid. My mom
Yeah.
would watch All My Children,
Yeah.
the soap opera.
Well, it used to be Regis and
Kathy Lee.
Lee, and
Yeah.
then it was Regis and Kelly.
Yeah.
And then Strahan came in.
But no, she started before all the talk show shit on All My Children, a soap
Right.
opera. She was the cunt, or no, she wasn't the cunt. That was
Just the cunt.
whoops. Yeah. Sarah Michelle Gellar was the cunt
Okay.
on All My Children. That's where she started too. But then Kelly Ripa was like the hot piece of it, and just like she really is. But
Yeah.
yeah, I used to watch her all the way back then when she was young and hot, and then I watched her on Regis when she was normal age and hot. Now she's old as fuck, but she's still hot.
She's
as hell.
smoking hot, man. You know
Look
who
what
else?
I'm doing your thing. Oh, I'm noticing it now. Shit.
I've always had a crush, and you guys are gonna call me crazy. And then today I'm watching because Christopher Nowinski was on her show.
Okay,
was on her show, right? And he had a short segment where they talked about concussions. They had what's his name on there today, HBO Real Sports, Ryan Gumbel. He was on there, and they were doing like the best stories in HBO Real Sports history, and they had Nowinski on there talking about the concussions in the NFL. But then they all revealed their ages, and Katie Couric said that she was 56, but I gotta say, Katie Couric is pretty goddamn hot, man.
I'm not gonna disagree with that.
She's hot, right?
Yeah. For an old chick, she's awesome. But even in her prime, she was a piece of ass.
I'll tell you what, man.
Well,
she used to host the CBS Evening News, right? I believe it was CBS Evening News.
She did the Today Show forever, too.
And then
I think it was her and Brian Gumbel was the Today Show.
It was.
Yeah.
They talked about it today, and then so she was on the
Today
Today Show, and now she's got her own talk show, which I guess is going to be ending. They're saying the next couple of months, and then Katie's going to take.
She had Regis. We were just talking about on there not too long ago. You know what I know?
Why?
It was when we were doing the T-shirts for Anthony Remy. I was sitting there folding them all and shit while you were in the shower. I'm going through the T-shirts. I'm trying to find the size that he needed, which I won't reveal, but they were a rare size that we didn't have many of. So I'm going through 2 giant boxes and I'm folding them all and cleaning. And Regis is on Katie at the time.
Yeah.
And they're fucking.
Her show.
His birthday had just come up, and I think he was like fucking.
I guess
90 years something crazy.
I guess her ratings are down, so her show's going to be canceled in the next couple of months, and then she's going to go take over as the head of Yahoo.com, which is kind of a completely different field for her. She's going to be the head of Yahoo.com. So, all right, let's get back to Raw. So Michael Strahan, right, comes in, and first it's the Miz TV segment. Titus O'Neil comes out, like you said, dressed up as Michael Strahan in the suit, and he's got the paint over the tooth. Michael Strahan came out. To be honest with you, Strahan saved the segment, in my opinion. I don't think
the segment ever got to the point where it was saved.
Well, it was. You're right.
It was trash all the way through.
Before Michael Strahan came out there, the real Michael Strahan, when it was just Titus and Miz, that was brutal. And then Strahan, I mean, he was improvising, and you could clearly see it. And he came across as, you know what, this dude. I think if Michael Strahan just out of the blue decided to become a pro wrestler, I think he could do it because he was able to improvise. He showed charisma. He's a beast as far as ability and physical ability. I think he can cut
down a lot over the years.
I think he could. If he was a pro wrestler, I think he would be great on the mic. I think he could cut a great promo. Who knows about in-ring work, but with a little bit of work, I think Michael Strahan, he can do anything, man. He was a beast in football, one of the best linemen in ever in the NFL. So I really think he can make it in pro wrestling if he wanted to.
Isn't there a difference between a lineman and a linebacker?
I do. I do.
Isn't there a difference between a lineman and a linebacker?
He was Michael Strahan played on the defense. He was a defensive lineman.
He was a linebacker, I thought.
Well, it's part of the defensive line. A linebacker is part of the defensive
He's
line.
In the backfield, no?
The defensive line's up front, and then he would play right behind them. But it's all part of the defense.
Yeah,
he's on the defense.
One man, and he's a backer. Yeah.
But it's all part of the defense.
Lineman's on the line right there at the front, and then there's guys behind them. He's the guys behind him.
All right. Well, he's part of the defense.
Yes.
He's not part of the defensive line. He's part of the defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Position of all time. So
right.
Yeah, your point is clear, but
right.
No, what was I gonna say? No, I disagree completely. I think he would suck his promos and stuff. Obviously, he's got the ability because of. He went from dominating, being the best at his position in football, to doing the analyst job for football. Okay, I guess he was a D lineman. You're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I admit, James, I don't know shit about football. I did way back when I was younger, but I watched it.
Well, he would always get sacks, and in order to get sacks, you would have to be right up on the line. So
linebackers get sacks a lot.
Well, linebackers drop back as the wide receivers go out. The linebackers drop back and cover the receivers. But it's whatever.
Yeah.
But you don't think he could?
No, I was saying he transitioned from sport to an analyst real well on doing the NFL stuff. But then he's transitioned over to regular talk with the Regis and Kelly show because you got to be able to talk, like you said, improvise about anything. Because that's just a bunch of random. How was your weekend? Like we do, and then you just got to be able to fucking go.
And he's good.
And he's great at it. But I think it was because of what the segment was last night. Like you said, he made the best of what it was, or whatever, however you worded that.
Right.
Yeah, he did okay, I guess, with what he was told to do. My big beef was they did the classic fucking thing where somebody will be talking, and the other guy will try and talk over him, and this guy won't give up, so they just
all three of them were talking over each. And Miz has a big problem with that, bro. Miz has a big problem with that.
It's like The View. Have you ever tried to watch that? I watched it a few times when Stern was on it once. I've never seen it all the way through. I watched
it. Was just the fact you asked me, have you ever tried to watch it?
You watch that kind of shit all the time. What are you shaking your head?
I watch it. You know what I do watch, bro? I watch. Well, every morning I wake up between 7 and 8 o'clock, and I put on GMA, Good Morning America, and I watch
GMA.
Does everybody knows what
That's
GMA
how much he
is?
listens and watches this shit.
Dude,
So what's so funny about me asking if you like The View?
Nobody says Good Morning America.
The View.
Nobody says Good Morning America. They all say GMA. So I watch GMA in the morning. That airs from 7 to 9 o'clock. And then at 9 o'clock, I tune over to NBC, which is the Today Show, which is 4 hours long. It goes from 7 to 11. Now, from 9 to 10, they have Willie Geist, not Savannah Guthrie, who is it? Natalie Morales and Willie Geist and Al Roker, right? And then after that is Kathy Lee Gifford and Hoda Coffee. And I watch it.
Yeah, those bitches
I
are
watch
nice.
it.
But you know what Al Roker started off as?
As a weatherman. He's a weatherman now.
He still is? I thought he actually got promoted to the thing.
No, I
don't watch any of this shit.
He's the weatherman still on the Today Show, but then he's in that third hour on Today where he still does the weather there, but it's more of a talk show type segment with the three of them.
But no, the only time I've ever seen View stuff is when I'm on YouTube and somebody I like will be on it. Like Stern was on it. I think that's literally the only one I've ever seen.
Stern was on The View?
Once.
Was he?
To promote America's Got Talent when he first started doing that or whatever. So he went on The View and shit, and my God, man, them bitches just all over each other the entire show.
Right.
They're fucking arguing and yelling at each other, and it's just all of them talking at the same time.
Well, they had Elizabeth Hasselbeck used to be on there.
She's the hot one?
She's the hot one, the blonde hot one.
Yeah.
She was replaced with Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah, Jenny was on Stern plugging that. That's how I knew that. Yeah,
right. So Jenny came in, and now it's Barbara Walters and Whoopi Goldberg's on there and a couple other people, but no, I don't watch it. It's just a bunch of women shooting the shit pretty much for an hour every.
It's like the
morning.
female Howard Stern show, basically. Yeah. But point being, that segment, like the last 5 minutes of our show, sucked.
Right.
You know what I mean? Get it? Yeah.
The last 5 minutes, we've been good the last 5 minutes. This has been a good show. You know what?
Well, I just pointed out I don't know jack shit about football. You weren't able to save me because you didn't really seem to know too much either there. And
well, I told you during the commercial break, I said, dude, that was a rough fucking start to their show today. It was pretty bad. It was a rough start with everything crashing and no Wi-Fi and everything else. But we came around at the end of hour one.
Let's see if we can do it again.
We're going to do it again.
Let's do it
because hour two is not starting off that good.
Yeah, here we go. Robbie Crazy blah 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 says he thought it was.
I thought it was mediocre at best, and maybe a 4 out of 10 or 3 out of 10.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we were. So, yeah. Anyways, the Strahan segment sucked, and then
train wreck, complete train wreck, bro.
It's garbage. And like last week, I said we had the musical chairs, the Divas musical chair. Now we got this. Thank God. And I am doing doing way too much of this hand gesture shit. You got me hooked on it. God damn it. But hopefully next week they don't do because they didn't announce it, so hopefully we're not back into the role of doing guest hosts every week.
Yeah, we thought they were going to do that, too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was a pretty weird thing. Why out of the blue Michael Strahan on the post-Survivor Series show? Why?
That's weird.
Why do that if you're not doing it again, like, regularly? Why just do it once?
I mean, they had John Cena on his show on
I
live.
think that was probably it. Cena was probably already
cross-promotion.
booked, and maybe they're like, well, you come on our show and we'll cross-promote each other.
Something like that.
We'll
Right,
do some
right.
plugs on your
And I
show.
think Strahan's a big fan of pro wrestling. You know, he admitted it last night on Raw that he was a big fan. And I think there's been reports where, you know, he's been spotted at events with his kids in the past.
Yeah.
So, you know, so it's probably a cross-promotional type deal. They were in the area, Michael Strahan. It's a short drive over to Raw. Same thing for Cena. So something like that. And I'm doing it, I know. Is that why you're smirking?
No, Robbie, I guess I said Robbie blah 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 or something. It's Robbie a.k.a. Crazy Roller. It's hard to see from here, man. I apologize.
Alright, you just brought up the Divas, man.
Yes.
I mean, we could skip the Ryback Curtis Axel against Big E and Mark
tag
Henry,
match,
right?
yeah.
It was basically, you had singles matches between all four guys last night. It was Curtis Axel against Big E and Mark Henry against Ryback.
Yeah.
So they tagged them up on Raw, and that was that. We had the Total Divas, same thing from the previous night at Survivor Series. Pretty much the same match as well, except for the ending.
Yeah.
There was some different, you know.
And they flipped everything around. Like, if this, I almost said bitch, and I know you hate that. So if this, because I call them women bitches, but if this chick,
We called one of them a cunt earlier, so
that was
what's a bitch?
No, it was her angle on All My Children. She called her cunt girl, like the bitch,
Alright.
the mean girl, whatever. I don't know what the fuck to say. All right,
Alright.
So this chick, this diva would pin this diva on Survivor Series. So on Raw, switch it around. She gets to pin her instead. They pretty much did that.
That's what it was.
They call that even Steven booking.
And if you noticed, I was talking to
If
the
you're
people.
gonna win, they get to win back.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It was just reversed from the
Exactly.
night before, right? But if you, I mean, last night I was talking to the people. By the way, we do a Raw live chat room every Monday night. You guys can come in. We put the audio stream up. You've been doing
I'm not able
play-by-play
to do it
coverage,
anymore,
so you're
yeah.
not able. But I put the audio stream up. Pretty much I come on during the commercial breaks, sometimes during matches. I like to let you guys listen to the commentary, but then I come on during commercials. And I was telling the guys, you know, watch who's eliminated first in this match, and that's basically who WWE feels is at the bottom of the barrel as far as their Divas division. You had Oksana, who is never used, eliminated first. Rosa Mendez was eliminated next, never used. Alicia Fox was out. Actually, Alicia Fox at the pay-per-view was out real quick. Last night stuck around a little bit longer, but they had
They did the fun tactles.
Cameron and Naomi.
And then Cameron. Yeah.
Right, and those, I mean, it was like in the
And-
pecking order. It was like the pecking order of the Divas, one by one, where Oksana, complete jobber, never used it. Rosa Mendez, complete jobber, never used the Funkadactyl. You know what I mean?
And doing
so-
play-by-play of this, because I do play-by-play of Raw, like you said, that's why I'm not into that.
Right.
My God, that match, I wanted to blow my fucking brains out trying to keep up with all that, because then I screwed up
bad.
at one point, because, oh God, they got Cameron and Naomi, and then they got Ariane and Trinity, and they got all these...
JoJo and everybody
No,
else,
because
right?
the Total Divas, Cameron and Naomi are called Cameron and Naomi on Raw, but then on Total Divas, they're Ariane
you're right.
and
Right.
fuck, I already forgot. But
And you watched Total Divas.
yeah,
I forgot.
so I
Yeah,
kept
yeah.
calling her Ariane, and I'm like, shit, I gotta go
Yeah.
fix that. And then
Right.
boom, somebody else is eliminated. I'm like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
trying to catch up. I'm all fucking behind.
It was
'cause they
quick.
were so rapid
It
fire.
was quick,
which
man.
we'll do later, rapid fire.
Same thing
but,
at Survivor Series. It was like each girl came in,
Yeah.
hit a finisher, and then, you know, that
They
was
had
that.
to dance
you know?
off at one point, which was I thought was alright.
Eva Marie, with Summer Rae. Summer Rae
comes in, dances around, so Nikki Bella does the worm.
The worm spot was pretty cool.
Yeah,
by,
I thought it was cool.
by
But I bet that's the same thing because I do the house show reports for the sites as well. I have to write those,
Right.
and they do that every time. They do a dance contest, and it turns into a match when the one
Really?
bitch up shines the other with the dancing skills, so she just starts kicking her ass.
Yeah.
But it always starts as a dance contest, and it's always something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Crowd loves Summer Rae when she comes in and dances.
Yeah.
You brought that up.
Not
earlier,
even so
man.
much the dancing. Just as soon as she gets tagged and they see she's coming in, blah,
Yeah.
they love her. And the
Yeah.
other person,
JoJo at the pay-per-view, right?
she turned into a little star off of all
Right?
this stuff. On Survivor Series, they were chanting her name, waiting for her to get tagged, and then when she got tagged, blah, they
Right.
went nuts.
How about Eva Marie? All Eva Marie's
hate
got
her.
to do is get
Yeah.
tagged in, and the crowd just booed her out of the building.
I
Not
even
only
tagged
that,
in later
but
on. Yeah.
last night on Raw, she came in. She had one spot in the the entire match, and she didn't botch it, okay? I won't say she botched it, but it was so sloppy looking. You were like, wow, that's her one spot during the match, and she completely botched it. And then after it was over, I don't know if you guys...
Real quick, not to interrupt you. On Total Divas, they gave her a chance. Remember when you watched last season, she was going to be Fandango's dancer or whatever?
Right.
She screwed up, Stephanie yelled at her, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
This season, her thing was they're going to give her a chance to be a ring announcer. And it's live. So she's got to memorize.
And she was so nervous.
She asked if she could cheat with cards. They said no. So she's got to memorize everything. And she goes out.
She went up to Natalia, right? I saw a preview clip. Natalia. My bad.
Yeah.
Here it is. But Natalia's like, you'll be fine or something like that, right? And
no, she screwed up 3MB. She was supposed to introduce them, and she said Ginger Mahal instead of Ginger. And it's funny because she had done it before she even went out there. Somebody was quizzing her. All right, give me the 3MB members' names or something. She's like, Heath Slater, Drew McIntyre, Ginger. Ginger? And they're like, no, Ginger. And they even corrected her. She went out and she butchered it and said Ginger.
Was this at a house show or NXT or something? It was Raw. At Raw?
Yeah, I think it was the dark match that week or whatever.
It must have been so, because I didn't see it on TV.
Yeah, I think it was the dark match. I think. I don't know.
But
the point is, she chokes under pressure on live TV. So she has one spot, even though it's only one
clip. She fucked it up.
She choked.
And how about this? Did you guys notice, anybody in the chat room, right? I was talking to the people in the chat room last night that were in there. After it was over, you had the Bella Twins were in there with like hold her hand, and Brie was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like it was like, wow, they're treating her, they're completely jobbing her out on Raw last night. It was like, what the fuck is going on? It's almost like they're purposely making her out to be a complete tool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
think they did it on purpose just to fuck with her so she looks stupid on TV because she's trying to like celebrate with them, like you said. And then even too when they went, did you talk about when they went over to the corner and they got up on the corner? And
right.
She goes over to try and do that, and the other one steps in front of her, so she just looks around and just starts
like, what am I supposed
I don't know what to do here.
Right. The Bella Twins.
I think they did that just to fuck with her.
The Bella
Twins,
Twins,
not well liked.
They were being complete bitches after that match last night on Raw, just basically shoving her away, hugging, like, get out of here. We don't want you to be any part of this, that, and the other thing. You know, it was pretty crazy. What else happened on Raw? By the way, if you guys want to call us, you can do so right now. It's 518-712-3070. Look at you. Oh no, that's my page.
I thought you did. You don't have Wi-Fi, right?
No, I don't.
So I don't. Rapid fire up.
No, you're right. I thought you put the snow photos up, and then I'm like, shit, that's my page.
No, they just said don't, because every week they complain that we rush through rapid fire. I guess they really love us spending time on rapid fire.
Well, then
we'll plug it one more time. Facebook.com/ Ryan Clark WZR. I was gonna make you think of a full drag all day. Woo! That's Facebook.com/ Ryan Clark WZR. Get on over there, get your last questions and comments in. We'll get to as many as we can, and yeah. Did you hear somebody outside just mimic you?
No,
you said like this. Woo! And I hear out the window, I hear woo!
Is it somebody that just mimicked me outside, or do we have the stream playing in the other room and I heard it? Wait a minute. Woo! Woo!
It was.
It's the stream.
Okay, yeah.
I was gonna say, is some motherfucker outside the window right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alright, Damian Sandow and Dolph Ziggler, they had a great match the previous week.
It was hardcore match.
Right.
Last week it was, the previous week was Broadway Brawl. This was hard.
Now let me ask you about this. JBL was clearly being fed lines on commentary about the Hamptons is full of trash and garbage and they never clean up. I'm thinking to myself, did Vince McMahon recently take a trip to the Hamptons and had a bad experience or something like that?
You know the thing with the Hamptons is it's like all rich people and snobs and shit.
Then Vince was probably there. And we know that Vince owns a house or used to own a house in Boca Raton, Florida.
Yeah.
Down
Hamptons
there.
is up north.
Is it Carolinas?
No, it's in New York or
Hampton, West Virginia.
No.
Virginia.
The Hamptons are in New York somewhere.
The Hamptons are in Virginia. Am I wrong?
The Hamptons are in New York, bro.
The Hamptons are in Virginia.
The Hamptons are in New York.
Wait a minute.
They were in New York last night.
Chat room.
Oh, that should be your
where are the Hamptons? Virginia.
There's a city in Virginia called the Hamptons are in New York. You're making me fucking mad. Stern is from the Hamptons. He's got a place in the Hamptons. If you're a rich asshole, look, New York. There's a city called Hamptons, Virginia. Yeah.
Okay.
The Hamptons.
Oh yeah, it would make sense because they're in New York. Gotcha.
But the Hamptons they're referred to are in Long Island.
Yes.
Oh man.
Damn it! I was.
You thought you were right.
I was. Well, I kind of am because
you weren't. The Hamptons they did last night was based on the fucking.
But there's a Hampton, Virginia, like you said.
The whole point is And we're arguing with the hats on, I just noticed. But your whole point was Vince must have went to the Hamptons, had a bad
No, I was
experience.
wrong.
That's
I was
why
wrong
he's feeding
on
lines
that.
to JBL. The Hamptons you'd be talking about is the one in New
It's
York.
the one in Virginia. Well, the one that Vince McMahon would have taken a vacation down to the Hamptons, Virginia.
Okay.
But the one they're talking about on Raw is yes, the Hamptons
So
in
it
New
must
York.
not have been what your theory then that Vince
No,
had a
my
bad
theory.
experience.
No, everybody in the chat room and you just killed my whole theory
Yeah.
about Vince took a vacation to the Hamptons in Virginia. No, that wouldn't have made sense.
No.
But now that they're in, well, it was like the week
Because
before.
the other options were Long Island something.
Right.
something
Long Island
all New
street
York.
fight
Yeah.
and before that it was a Memphis street fight and a Memphis something else, right?
The Broadway
or a
Brawl, yeah.
Nashville something like that.
All
Were they in-
Tennessee things. Yeah.
Right. So it makes sense. But I'm thinking Hamptons, Virginia last night. But you're right. It makes no
Strong
sense.
Island, that was it. Thank you, Anthony Remy.
Strong
Strong Island
Island.
street fight. Because I kept thinking Long Island. They're like, no, Strong Island street fight.
Right,
I heard
right.
play-by-play. This is not a typo. Because I didn't want... You
Right.
know, the e-wrestling news people could be assholes with them
Yeah,
comments. So
they
let me
can.
make sure
They
they know
can.
this isn't a typo.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we had this. It was a Hamptons Long Island street fight or whatever it was.
Hamptons hardcore match.
Hardcore match, street fight, whatever.
Hamptons hardcore.
All right, so it was a hardcore match, whatever. They had all the weapons, and it was the same thing as the previous week with the guitar, different
gimmicks.
props, right?
Yeah.
So another really good match between these two, though. That's 2 weeks in a row.
Which is also
2
why
weeks in
they
a row.
had the weapons they had. Rich people play golf. Rich people play
Right,
tennis.
right.
You know, shit like that.
And that's another thing, is they had the rich, it was all rich people. Well, I'm thinking Hamptons, Virginia is a vacation spot because you hear about it all the time where people go and they play golf and they go to the beach and they play tennis because it's a nice area in the Hamptons, Virginia. So why was JBL, if they're talking about playing golf and tennis and everything else, why was JBL on commentary talking about it's so trashy and they never clean up their garbage and it was just this shit place if it's so upscale? It wouldn't make sense.
The Hamptons is specifically known for being an upscale. If you're a rich
Yeah.
ass, that's like where Paul McCartney will hang out. And all the rich people.
Right.
If you're a fucking high class individual, you hang around the
Well,
Hamptons.
somebody, whether it be, you know.
Oh yeah, I think was he talking about the Long Island, the hockey team? Because I don't even know what you're talking about on commentary. I missed it because I'm busy writing.
There was a lot of JBL was referencing they don't even have garbage trucks in the Hamptons and it's filled with trash and they can't clean up their own garbage. This, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, damn, they are trashing the shit out of the Hamptons right now. And I'm thinking, what?
They're all in the chat saying he was talking about Long Island,
Long Island?
not the Hamptons. But I don't know.
It was during this match, though.
Yeah.
That's where JBL was just going crazy on this. All right, what else? CM Punk and Daniel Bryan against the Wyatt family. Instead of a 2-on-1 like it was at the pay-per-view, it was a 3-on-1 or 3-on-2.
Well, the pay-per-view was just a tag match.
Pay-per-view was a 2-on-2 tag team match,
Yeah.
right? And then on Raw last night, it was a
3-on-2.
3-on-2, right? So they had Bray Wyatt in
Although
there.
Bray didn't really do anything.
He really did.
He had like 1 or 2 spots. He tagged right back out. I'm wondering if his leg's still not fully.
Yeah.
I think it would be by now.
Yeah. Renee Young, they cut a quick promo.
That was a
for
cool
it.
interview thing. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously at first the setup was Punk would say something, a yes or no question. Bryan, yes.
Right,
Punk
right.
question, yes. Punk question, yes. And then what did they transition into after that? Oh, Bryan said, and we only have 1 question left for you. What time is it? Punk, it's clobbering time. 'Cause
Right,
that's his little
right.
gimmick, when he comes out and stuff. So it was pretty cool.
Renee Young is banging, bro.
She's smoking hot, sizzling hot.
Seems like a cool chick too,
Yeah,
dude.
down
you
to
know?
earth or whatever.
Yeah,
Everybody's real
yeah.
high on her company too.
That's
they think
what
she's
I'm saying.
great at her job and everything.
Right,
But
right.
what was the other thing? Punk took a little shot at Triple H. He says, you guys are creative geniuses. You just throw them in a hand. You can't think of nothing. Give them a handicap match. It's creative.
And the way that he
geniuses.
said creative was it was a little pot shot, man. It was nice. It was nice.
It played into something though. I forget what it played into because
There was some sort of line where, CM Punk said, is there a reason why we're interviewing ourselves when Renee Young is standing right in the middle of the both of us, yet we're interviewing ourselves? Something like that. I don't remember
make any
what
sense
the
that Renee Young's in here.
Right,
We're
right,
just,
Right. It was something. What was it? Somebody in the chat. That's going to bug me, man.
What?
That's going to bug me. The creative. Where the creative line came from, where he said something like,
That's what it
You
was.
gotta
You said every time you can't think of something, well, let's just throw CM Punk and Daniel Bryan in a handicap match. What a creative genius or whatever.
You're
the
right.
fuck.
You're right. No doubt.
Oh, and he shouted out a bunch of ROH guys too. He said Colt Cabana, Adam Scott, I think it was one of the names. He said like 3 or 4 different ROH guys.
He brought up when he was mentioning tag teams.
Scotty Goldman, Colt Cabana, Matt Classic.
Scotty Goldman is Colt Cabana. That was his WWE ring name when he was there. But
it was the same person. He just said all the different names.
All of his gimmick names.
So
and
I
then
think
they
that
had
was a rip on the creative thing too.
He brought up the Ring Crew Express. Which is the team of Kevin Dunn and I'm not going to think of his name because I went and Googled it last night, and it was the tag team that was made up of Kevin Dunn and somebody else.
Kevin Dunn, the producer?
I'm not sure. That's what I was going to ask you. I was hoping when I brought up Ring Crew Express, you would know, because I never thought Kevin Dunn, the producer, was a pro wrestler. I know. I never thought that Kevin Dunn was a pro wrestler, right?
I don't think he was, no.
Okay, then it was a different Kevin Dunn. But the Ring Crew Express was, if you guys go and you Google Ring Crew Express right now, Wikipedia pops up and it says Kevin Dunn and there's another name. It was a bunch of any tag team that had Express in it. The Rock and Roll Express, the Ring Crew Express. Midnight Express. Yeah, people like that. Google Ring Crew Express for me, somebody in the chat room, and that's who it was. Kirby Marcos and Kevin Dunn. And it's not the Kevin Dunn, the producer.
Are you sure it was a tag team?
It was a tag team. It says,
I thought you were thinking maybe it was like a name they give to the top producers backstage.
No,
those guys are the Road Crew Express or whatever the fuck.
Kevin Dunn Wrestling, isn't he like... Somebody in the chat room, just go Google it and the Wikipedia will come up and it'll come up and it'll say Kevin Dunn and the guy, the Marcos guy that he just brought up. But I don't believe it's the Kevin Dunn that's the producer. That's what we're trying to figure out. If you go to the Wikipedia page, you'll be able to know if it was if it's the Kevin Dunn, the producer, or if it's another wrestler from back in the. It's not. Yeah.
Well, I knew Kevin Dunn wasn't a wrestler. You already asked me that.
Right.
Producer.
Right.
Yeah. No, he's a little guy with buck teeth.
Right. Little nerdy fuck. Right. All right. We had The Miz and Kofi Kingston. Man, they've done this 3 times in the past 2 weeks. Something like that.
If we count the tag team match on Raw, that'd be 4 in a row. No.
Right.
That'd be 3 in a row. Tag match, Survivor Series kickoff, and then this would be 3.
Real quick before we end Raw, they had the guy from the Sandy Relief, right?
Right. The auction or the contest winner, whatever.
They held this auction back at like WrestleMania last year.
Was it an auction or just a contest?
It was people would donate money to Sandy Relief, right? WWE held they auctioned some stuff off, and then people would also donate money, right? Well, this guy was the top donator, right? Donated a lot of money to WWE and Sandy Relief, right? So, because he was the top donator, he was told that he would get his own segment on Monday Night Raw. Okay?
Sorry.
On Monday Night Raw, he would get his own segment. So, I came to you earlier today, and I said, you know what? This happened around WrestleMania last year. I'm thinking that WWE, told him back at that time that he would get a segment on Raw, and then all this time went by, and I think the guy finally, this is my theory, the guy finally contacted WWE and said, hey, remember me? I'm the guy that donated the money at the Sandy Relief, fundraiser thing that you guys had. I never got my segment on Monday Night Raw. So WWE probably told him, shit, that's right. Well, when we come to your hometown next, we'll give you a segment on Raw. Because the dude came in and he had T-shirts and everything else made.
He had a wrestling name, he had a finisher, he had T-shirts made. And then when he did the finishing move,
almost like he thought that he was gonna have this big segment on Raw and was gonna be able to put the T-shirts on, right? And then when he got backstage at Raw yesterday, they basically said, we don't know what to do with you. Just Jerry Lawler, go over there and do an interview with him. Say thank you for donating.
I'll say this on the subject.
Think my theory's right? That's
maybe, yeah. I don't know. I didn't know that much about the story until you were telling me last night, so this was all news to me. I forgot that they even held a contest. Honestly, even though you tell me now, I still don't remember the contest.
Well, it was just, we weren't at the benefit, for Sandy Relief, but he donated the most money, and in exchange for that, he would get a segment.
The guy was promised a segment, if that's true what you're saying.
It was.
It's a 3-hour show, and believe me, I'm glad they didn't do it, because we have enough trash on Raw every week. We didn't need a fucking fanboy trying to do his version of a promo in the ring.
Right.
But 3 hours, if they promised this to the guy, and he donated all his money and all this and that, then the least you could do is go out in the ring, here's a microphone, we'll give you 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Give him a couple minutes.
Do something.
He got to answer 2 questions, and then when he said something a little risque, They got right the fuck out.
Well, and I think WWE just said, you know what, we got to give this guy what he was promised. Let's just give him a little segment.
But
Jerry
that wasn't
Lawler
what was promised. I mean, he was interviewed in the crowd for 12 seconds.
He was
and that
promised.
it.
He was promised a segment
Yeah.
on Raw.
I'm going
and
based on what you're saying.
Technically, that's a segment on Raw. He got his own
True.
segment. Jerry Lawler walked over. He got a segment. Said, you know, Jerry basically said, "Thank you for donating money to
Put it this
Sandy
way.
Relief," and that's what he got.
If you see that and you're like, all right, let's say me and you. Bad example because we're not. Maybe you might because you like.
I'd be pissed.
Wasting money on dumb shit. No, hold on. Let me play it out here. Let's say me and you were planning on. We saw that contest. We saw this guy win, and we were planning on. Let's fucking next year. Let's try and raise a bunch of money. Let's do it so we can get on Raw and do a segment. After seeing that, we're gonna be like, I'm not fucking wasting my money.
Yeah.
If that's all I get. So I'm saying other people around the world that might have. They're not gonna be inclined to donate.
But there's rich people all over the place, and not only that, but the
I'm
reason
just saying, people aren't going to be that excited to be part of this contest in the future if that's all they get.
Let's be honest. Hopefully, the reason that he was donating money was not to be on Monday Night Raw. Hopefully, it was for the people that lost their houses and things in Hurricane Sandy. But it's
I'm
just
saying,
a matter of
WWE's credibility. If they promise something this big, and then when they deliver, it's this big.
Well, the thing that leads me to believe with my theory is an entire year passed where this guy, never got anything. And I feel like he finally called WWE and said, hey, am I going to get my segment on Raw? I mean, what's the deal? I haven't heard from you guys. Am I going to get a segment?
In my opinion, that's just as simple as the next time we're in your hometown, you'll be on Raw. Maybe they haven't been in that building since,
They've been to New York and they've been to Philly.
New York, but they haven't been to maybe that building. Because then if they got to get them somewhere else, then they got to fly them out, and that's a waste of money and shit.
Yeah, but they've been to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. It's only an hour drive, half-hour drive up there, you know what I mean? They just drive up. We don't have to fly anywhere, I don't know. But either way, he got a
circumcision, and they got right the fuck out of there.
And then JBL was like, what, I don't think that was scripted either. I don't think that was scripted.
No. I don't think it was scripted. Last night you were saying it was.
No, because they shot right away. They shot right away.
Lawler's reaction made it look like it was a shoot because he was like, whoa, all right, we're gonna have to cut you short there, buddy. And then when they get over for the rest of the night, JBL
was joking on it,
re-referencing it. And
how about the crowd chanting circumcision? Circum. Only in New York, man. Only in New York. All right. Xavier Woods and Heath Slater. Xavier Woods, Consequences created TNA. Back on Raw. R-Truth came out. R-Truth
basically begged everybody, please don't boo this guy. Give him a chance.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. And then the main event was Cena and Big Show against Del Rio and Randy Orton. They set this up earlier in the night.
This was interesting with what they did with Big Show. They were doing the concussion thing. Where he took the punt the night before, and that's how he lost the Survivor Series. So throughout this match, he took a kick at one point from Del Rio, and from that point on, he's loopy. He can't get his shit. He goes to tag the wrong guy. They got doctors stopping the match in the middle of the match to check on him. And it was pretty weird, but
showing off the air with Big Show and John Cena were down in the ring, right? And
the show went off the air with what the fuck was it? Now you got me thinking. Was this?
The doctor came out.
Was this when? Oh no, we didn't even explain what happened with Daniel Bryan and Punk. Was where that happened. Okay, so after Punk and Bryan lose, they beat him up or whatever. Oh, they won by DQ. They beat him up. They take Bryan all the way to the back, so they abduct him.
Right.
And then Punk is still fucked up. He gets up to go help, and out of the fucking blue, bam! Roman Reigns spears him out of nowhere.
Right.
And the Shield, okay, so that's what happened with them.
And then the storyline in WWE.com, by the way, is Daniel Bryan was put in the trunk of a car and driven off.
So that's where we're going to pick up from that one. All right. But yeah, the Orton, I guess, what the fuck was it? He just hit Cena with a belt shot and stood over him?
Stood over him with both belts. The show goes off the air, and then after the show went off the air, Randy Orton walked up the ramp, came back down, and then it was kind of reversed where they sent the crowd home happy.
Yeah.
Big Show was down, laid out on the outside. John Cena grabbed both belts and held them up as Randy Orton,
all right, so we got 15 minutes. We have to do these rapid
fires. Got to do rapid fires.
We're playing all the time. There's one other thing we do have to mention, though.
What's that?
Vince returned at Survivor Series after the show.
He did after the show.
What happened there?
Put some photos up. Basically,
videos too.
Vince McMahon comes out after Survivor Series and it and started dancing, and Triple H and Stephanie were there, and Triple H, Stephanie, and Vince walked to the back, and John Cena was in the ring. Like, come on.
So it led a lot of people to think he'd be on Raw, and he wasn't.
He wasn't.
Again, and I don't know. It's obviously he's coming back at some point, but they keep pushing it back further and further.
So that was Raw and Survivor Series. The big news over the past week, the Dynamite Kid suffered a stroke over the weekend. He's doing much better. His daughter's been providing some updates on Twitter, and he's doing much better. And then Mad Dog Vachon, like you talked about earlier, I didn't know much about him, but a sad story. It was cool that WWE did the graphic last night.
He feuded a lot with Bruno back in the day, Bruno Sammartino.
Right.
He was a big deal.
Was he?
He was a real big deal, actually.
No doubt.
He was a big deal in the AWA, too, is where he kind of got the gimmick, I believe, Mad Dog.
Right. Sad story, and it was cool that WWE, did the graphic thing at the beginning of Raw last night. So that was good stuff. All right.
Can you read those? Or we need a bit.
Here we go. Let's get them up. We rapid fire. If you guys haven't submitted rapid fire yet, you're too late. We gave you an hour.
All right.
Also, taking live phone calls too. 518-712-3070. 518-712-3070. Where are you guys, man? Call up tonight. Where's everybody at?
I don't know.
All right. Where's everybody at? Jay Mullen. Name 10 people from the WZR. We do this every week.
I don't know. Clark, you name 5. Boone, you name 5. So.
Oh, God.
I'll go first.
Acer.
Alright, I'll go first. I'll do Rygal.
Okay.
I'll get the easy ones. Rygal, Jay Sutherland, Robbie, a.k.a.
Anthony Remy.
Robbie,
is in
a.k.a.
there.
Crazy Roller.
Crazy but lovable.
585, I believe, is one. I need one
6
more.
Foot Goods. 6 Foot Goods is in there.
Who the fuck's in one more? Oh, Winter's Lair. So I got mine. It's up to you now.
Who do I get? Did you say Robbie, a.k.a.?
I said him.
Robbie, a.k.a. Crazy Roller, Crazy but Love. I got Acer.
You got Crazy
right?
but Lovable. Yeah, there's one.
Jerichoholic.
Jerichoholic's 3.
We got a phone call too. I don't.
Call, you're on the air. What's going on?
This guy.
Call, you there?
Yo, I'm fucking my girl right now. Give me a second, dude.
Yeah.
He's fucking his girl right now?
Fucking his girl right now. He said, give me a second.
All
He's
right.
fucking his girl. Alright, you done? You
Yeah.
done fucking her or what?
Let's hear her moan.
Yeah, let me hear the girl
Right,
moan.
guy, you're a fucking bitch.
Let me hear the girl moan, bro. Let me hear. You ain't got no girl there, bro. You ain't got no girl.
He just said,
Dude, hang up on
her.
her.
A fucking bitch, and then he hung up, yeah.
Robbie Crazy Roller. Is no. That's 4.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
How you doing, guys? I enjoyed the show. I just have a question. What were you guys' favorite wrestlers growing up? Thanks.
Thank
Favorite
you.
wrestlers growing up?
I've said
Good
it many
question.
times. Rowdy Piper.
Yeah.
Had a couple. Rowdy Piper, Ricky Steamboat, Jake Roberts. Those would be the main. And I was a Hogan fan.
See, I grew up in the Attitude eras, so I gotta go with
Well,
the
you didn't
obvious.
you're older than me, but you became
Right,
a fan.
I became a fan in the Attitude Era, so I gotta go with the obvious. I mean, I love the Steve Austin back in the day. Austin McMahon feud was great. I mean, the Rock stuff.
ECW shit.
Anything
Sandman.
ECW, the Sandman, New Jack and ECW.
That's right, New Jack, you're a big fan.
Rock, of course, Rock Austin and WWE, that whole era.
Yeah, and as I became
Sandman,
a
New
little
Jack.
bit older, because I was a really young kid when I was naming those guys. I mean, I've since birth. I
I was
remember
a huge fan of Just Incredible too. But
when you're born, I guess it was a tradition back in the day. You get a gift or whatever, and my gift was a little Bruno Sammartino action figure. And I remember that my mom used to always say, I would say Larry DeBisco, you know.
Larry
We don't
DeBisco,
want
you ain't
that
gonna you ain't gonna take him. Dude.
But yeah, so. A lot, but then as I got older and I was about a young teen, 10 to 12, 13, I was a huge fan of Scott Hall when he was Razor Ramon.
Right.
Big fan of Bret Hart.
Brett, I've never been a fan of Brett.
I was a
never
huge
been a
Bret fan. But yeah, okay, so those are a couple of
Shock
favorites.
Tall Man is another one.
And the you've said more than 5.
All right, no doubt.
Jesus, this guy needs to give up. All right, question number 2 from Jay Mullen. UFC Fight Night, Mark Hunt versus Bigfoot Silva. He wants our predictions.
Bigfoot Silva, no doubt
Yeah,
about it.
I gotta go with Bigfoot as well. He's picking Hunt though, so he
All
could
right.
win. He could
Yeah.
knock anybody out. So
No doubt.
question number 3. This is for you. So go ahead.
Ryan, you did that thing with the hands like 5 times already. Boone's been doing
I
it
didn't
too.
notice him. I didn't know you should do this tonight.
Yeah, right? Boone's been doing it, or I said Boone's been doing it too. 2 fists together and rock that fucker back and forth. This is nuts. This is nuts.
There you go. That sounds like me, didn't it? That's you?
This is nuts.
Alright.
This is nuts. Alright, what do we got?
Ian Jones says, Boone, tough finale, Maynard, Gray Maynard versus Diaz, Nate Diaz, and UFC 168, Weidman versus Silva, Chris Weidman versus Anderson Silva. Who do you got? I got, that's a tough one, Maynard Diaz. They fought before, and Diaz won. I believe Diaz won? I think. No, Maynard won, and they always thought it was bullshit or something. I think Maynard probably takes that. Weidman, Silva, oh god, that's a hard one. That's a fucking damn hard one. I gotta go Silva. But yeah, who do you got?
Ian didn't want one.
I'm asking you.
Ian didn't know.
Yeah, but
Ian
Matt's
doesn't want to
asking
know.
you.
All right. I'm a big fan of Diaz, so I'll go Diaz there.
What about
and,
who you're a fan of? Who do you pick to win the fight? You pick Diaz?
Diaz, no
Okay.
doubt. No doubt. And then Weidman Silva, I think Weidman was a fluke. I've said it time and time again on here. I think Silva just, was dicking around, trying to show off. So I think Silva
Yeah, well,
takes
it's really a
Weidman.
fluke that he knocked him out, but he's a lot better than people think. I think that'll be learned in this fight.
Matt Johnson, I thought Survivor Series and Raw was pretty good. I love the way the Shield and the Wyatt family are being booked. What do you guys think of the Wyatts kidnapping Daniel Bryan and laying out CM Punk? I think the kidnapping angle, we'll see where they go with
They
it.
did that with Kane, and it led to Kane being off TV for a while because
Right.
they said he had to do the movie Cena 2. This is just an angle, so it'll
Right.
be interesting to see what they do with it. I don't want to predict.
I
have
love
no
the
fucking
way.
idea.
I agree with the Wyatt family. The way they're being booked, man.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna sour on them quick. You said you liked it. You thought they were
Yeah.
gonna do something, and you're right, man. You're definitely
Yeah,
right.
no, they're actually giving him a kind of decent push here too.
Right,
So
right.
that's pretty good. Lopan, I'm sorry if I don't say that right. Did Oksana's left tit pop out during the Divas match on Raw? The camera angle changed. Brie looked stunned for a minute, and then the camera went black for a second or two. Let's get pictures up on WZROnline.com/photos as soon as possible.
To answer your question, if there was a nipple
We would've
slip
heard about that.
on Raw, we would have heard about
Yeah.
it. We definitely, and there would have been photos. It would have been all over the internet.
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything today about it, so no, I don't think so.
That's you.
Michael Benitez, will WWE add a female to the Wyatt family since they keep mentioning Sister Abigail talks to Bray Wyatt?
I think that's supposed to be like a spirit or a
Some
devil or
spirit,
a demon,
right.
someone who talks about his dreams. But it'd be something cool.
They could always bring up an NXT diva, you know what I mean?
That would be
Something
good
like
for that.
that.
Who was the fucking? There's two chicks. One was that Daphne.
Daphne would be awesome for that
Or
gimmick.
the other one. Who was the one that played the vampire bitch? With,
Katie Lee
Burchill. Okay.
Katie Lee Burchill.
See, those would I could kind of picture fitting right in and looking like they look. Brian J. Brown, did you guys notice how the fans completely drowned Triple H and Orton out with Daniel Bryan chants more than ever last night? Yes. Are they leaving Bryan out of the title picture so the fans forget about him in that light? I think they're trying to get him out of the main event picture. So yeah.
Definitely. And the crowd they love him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They love doing the yes.
It's
They love doing
really
the yes thing.
really bugs me that they always say it's easy, just give the fans what they want, but clearly they want Daniel
Daniel Bryan.
and they're trying so hard to push him back down.
That's and they tell people if you get yourself over, we're gonna put you on the top. You're gonna be at the top. Daniel Bryan is so over,
and he's perfect. There you go.
And there it is,
motherfucker, right in front of your face is those two hands. See, and it was when he was serious too.
They're trying.
Bryan is so.
They're trying so hard to keep Daniel.
Yeah.
Hold on, where are we at?
You knocked the mic in the cake there again. All right, let's see if this is gonna make all kinds of noise for him.
I'm done.
All right,
I'm done.
you did it. But no, I know what you're saying. You're right. That it's like they tell guys over and over again, if you can get over, blah, 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 get yourself over. And it's a perfect case what you're saying because they did nothing to get him over.
Right.
He got over in spite of what they were doing with him, and they still try and get his ass back.
Dude,
It's
they're
like what
trying
WCW
to bring
would
him
do.
down. They're trying to bring him
WCW would
down.
do that. If somebody could get over on their own, they would try and book it to where they
try to derail him. It's
instead
crazy,
of going with
bro.
it since, hey man, this is a good thing. We didn't even have to do anything with this guy. He got over anyways.
Especially when you're
Let's go
trying
with
to
it.
build new stars, bro. I mean, this is a guy that's going to be around for years to come, bro. And you're just,
Well, in theory too, WWE's always called the machine. If they get behind somebody, they can make him a star. So it's better if a guy becomes a star on his own. You figure, all right, this guy got this big without us doing anything.
He's got all.
Watch what happens when we actually do something with him now. They could go even higher, and they're choosing to do the opposite.
They had him in the main event title picture, and then they just bang,
Yeah.
right back down. And where do they go from here? I mean, now he's in a feud with the Wyatt family, who, I mean, he's not necessarily out of, I mean, they could still put him right back in the main event title picture. We'll see what happens as we head towards
if they didn't give
WrestleMania.
him the title, they can't keep giving him title shots.
Right.
So they got to do something with them, and I think the Wyatt family is not that big of a step down, but it's clear the way they booked that whole title shit with Bryan that they did not want him to get completely over.
Sorry about that, guys. My bad. I
Somebody throw a fit. Beer gets spilled. Mike's getting. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I didn't throw a fit. That was just a joke, but I hit the table.
Well, the one week you threw the phone up because I made
The
fun of you
phone.
and the beer spill everywhere. This week
The
I made
phone.
fun of you. You get up, the mic goes down.
You can't make
Oh,
fun
one
of me.
week you came in
How
and
can you make
crashed
fun
and
of
knocked the
my
whole set down and shit.
That was an accident. I slipped over and the whole goddamn thing
Can
came
you name one where I've done anything like that?
You tripped one week. You tripped. You know what?
I didn't lose my balance?
Last week when we ended the show, I watched it right at the very end. You were coming out of here and you fell over the chair or something like that.
didn't.
Yes, you did.
My foot banged into or something. I never fell out.
It was on the earth. No, you didn't fall down, but you tripped
Well,
over
you
the chair.
fell into
You
the
tripped
whole
over the
shit.
chair. Anyway,
You can watch it. I didn't. But anyway.
well, you tripped, but you didn't fall down. But you tripped. You hit the chair.
Ready? Here's tripping. It was
Okay.
like this. Like.
Yeah, it was something like that. That's what it was.
That's nothing.
No, but it's tripping.
I'm too coordinated.
I said you tripped over the chair, and you said here's tripping, and you just gave me an example of what you did last week. So you tripped over the chair.
I'm not wasting the last few
You
minutes.
were wrong.
Arguing technicality.
You were wrong.
No, I did.
Ian
Tripping's
Jones.
falling down.
Ian Jones.
He's not done. Hold
What do
on.
you call
Brian
it?
J. Brown
Oh.
also says, do you think we are going to see a brainwash angle due to the abduction between the Wyatts and Bryan? Possibly even having him join the Wyatt family and turning him heel because of the fan backing.
Oh, God.
Listen, here's one thing. He does have the big beard, so
He's got that.
if
He's
they
got that
brainwash
ready to
him,
go.
he would look like he fits in, and it's a decent idea if they're going to do this, but then, yeah, what, does that turn him heel?
That is, you know what? Who brought that up? Brian Brown?
Yeah, it's a decent idea.
Yeah, you can't.
I
And
hope
that,
they'll do
dude, if they turn him heel after the crowd's chanting yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's just another example of the crowd wants Daniel Bryan
Yeah.
so bad. And then WWE, they bring him down a notch, and then they turn him heel. That's just like taking all the momentum he has, and just killing it by saying, you
It
know
sucks,
what?
too,
You
because-
guys want him? Now we're going to turn him heel.
Exactly, and like for the
Wow.
longest time, he got the yes thing over. They said no, don't say yes anymore. Start saying no. So the fans want to do yes, no. You say no. So the fans
Wow.
started doing no with him. Then he starts doing yes again. They start doing that with him. Now
Right.
if they're gonna do this, and he'll probably be like, don't acknowledge the yeses at all, and then they're gonna try to
Dude,
kill, like,
if,
it's just they're
man,
trying to
if
kill
they
anything-
do that,
anything that's over that's associated with Bryan's popularity, they're trying to like kill it somehow.
and Brian
That would be another
brings
way to
up
do
a
it.
great. If they do that by brainwashing it, that's
And with
good,
the
man.
beard, it makes sense.
That's
This
good.
fucking mic's gonna go again.
No, we're good. We're
It
good.
just slid a little bit. But
We're fine.
alright.
Ian Jones, what do you call cheese that's not yours? Nacho cheese! What do you call a dog with two legs? Doesn't matter what you
Don't
call it,
do
it's
the
not gonna
last one.
come
Don't do the
anyways because
last
it's
one.
only got two legs, boon!
Don't do the last one.
And finally,
Fuck me. Here we go.
what does the fox say? Ding 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 ding. What does the fox say? Ding 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 ding. What does the fox
Here,
say?
what does Paul Velasquez say? Paul Velasquez says NXT is a loaded show with phenomenal talent. One of them, in my opinion, is Aiden English. He's like a hybrid mix of Damian Sandow and Antonio Cesaro. Good worker and good on the mic. Let me know what you guys think. Watch this.
We'll have to watch it when we go off the show.
Alright.
We got 2 minutes, 1 minute. Anthony Remy, is there going to be another Wyatt family member? They're asking again, man. We don't know. We don't think so. So maybe Daniel Bryan.
Somebody who rumored was like Judas. What the fuck was his name?
Judas Messias?
Yeah, maybe. No. It was somebody else besides him. I just wrote about it the other day. I put pictures up. The rumored new Wyatt family member.
Oh, you're
Somebody
right.
in NXT. He's got a big beard. Yeah, but he was a rumored
It's on
guy.
WZROnline.com/photos.
Yeah.
And happy Thanksgiving to Ryan Clark and Matt Boone. Hey, by the way, happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. We're
Yes.
got we bought a 17-pound turkey. It's thawing out in the refrigerator right now. We won't see you guys on before Thursday, so have a great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I'll see you guys on Facebook. Boone will too.
But
But
what are you thankful for this year?
thankful for having you right here as my roommate. Matty Boone right here as my roommate.
Now it's gonna seem gay. Mine was honestly, I'd have to thank you for helping me out. I was bouncing from
I appreciate it. I like having you here. It's
bouncing
good that
from hotel to hotel. I was really struggling to find a place to live because I got credit issues.
I get along real good with this guy, man.
Yeah.
He's my best friend in real life. I'm being
Real
Straight
love
up on
or
it.
real life?
Real
He
life.
sounded gay as fuck just now.
This is my best friend in real life, man. We
He's
get
giving
along
me
good.
compliments. I'm telling him gay, but no. Yeah, honestly,
Big
I'm
guy.
thankful for my buddy Ryan over there, because he gave me a place to live that I could afford. And my problem, it wasn't always so much money. It was I couldn't get past the credit check everywhere because my credit sucks. And I've been evicted twice because of long stories. Not so much anything I did, but yeah. So it was hard to get into a place. So I'm living in all these different hotels trying to figure a living situation out. He says, "Get your ass back to New York." I said, "You know what? All right,
Here we
I'm
are.
coming back." And
Here we are.
It's going really good for me, man.
That's long right
You
there.
got me a new job too. You ready?
Hell yeah, man.
Really
Hell
helped me
yeah,
out.
we
this
gotta
year.
hook it up. You got it, brother.
All right. Vincent Nugent. Here are a few boxing-related questions. Ready? Both are from this past Saturday night. One, did you guys watch the HBO pay-per-view event featuring the main event featuring? He said featuring twice.
Rios Pacquiao.
Brandon Rios and Manny Pacquiao. So, what did you think about the bouts in the main event itself? The main event kind of sucked, in my opinion.
It did kind of
Yeah,
suck. Pacquiao.
Either Rios was afraid of, and froze in the moment, his big chance, kind of like Eva Marie, or Manny Pacquiao style just shut him down, and I think it was that.
I think Pacquiao's style shut him down.
Yeah, I
Rios
agree.
couldn't do anything, and I think the body shots by Pacquiao just killed Rios.
Yeah, and the speed was too much to deal with.
Right.
And stuff. But two, did you guys watch the Sky Box Office event featuring the main event fight between Carl Froch
I didn't know he was fighting.
and George Groves? I knew Froch was fighting, but I didn't watch it. No. If so, what do you
Didn't
think
see
about the
that one.
bouts and the outcome in a minute? We didn't watch it. You also, real quick on that HBO pay-per-view, that new Chinese dude,
All right.
the Olympian,
Mhm.
bad motherfucker.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, he was nasty,
Freddie
bro.
Rush train
He
guy?
was nasty.
Yeah.
Jordan Paul Paveo.
There's somebody. we
What
should
happened?
know.
What did you do? Drop the champ? Wasn't he Jordan the champ?
I don't
Jordan
know.
the champ, Paveo? No? Jordan Paul Paveo. What do you guys think of Xavier Woods so far? Dude, I used to watch him TNA and on the indie scene as Consequences Creed and TNA. He's a great worker, but we'll see
I
where
don't
they
know a
go
lot
with it.
about him. I remember seeing him in Consequences Creed once in TNA. Didn't he have the world flag, the American
He
flag?
had the big afro. He still got the
Well, he was supposed to be
afro.
Apollo Creed from Rocky. That's
Right,
'cause he
that's-
had- Apollo Creed wore the United States flag trunk.
Right,
And he had
right.
the afro, so I think
Right.
he's supposed to be like that. But I love, and in WWE I don't know so much, but I love his two finishers.
He's a great worker.
The honor roll and the Lost in the Woods finishers. The honor
Right.
roll, the kip up into the clothesline. The
Right.
Lost in the Woods is the face plant kind of thing.
He's
Those are
more
two cool
he's
moves.
more of a high flyer too,
Yeah.
man. High flyer,
But
right?
those two moves are awesome.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, no doubt.
Brandon Dub Blevins. Will RVD and Sheamus be a part of WrestleMania 30? Do you think Daniel Bryan will win the Royal Rumble? RVD and Sheamus Royal Rumble or WrestleMania 30? Sheamus will be there.
Sheamus will be there.
RVD, I'd say better than 50%.
I think Rob's going to re-sign with WWE. I think he was happy with his last run. I mean, they put him in the world title picture. As of right now, he's not under contract. Will he come back? I think we're
Yeah.
going to see. I mean, he came out and basically said, I enjoyed my last run in WWE, but as of right now, I'm not under contract. So I think we'll see him back.
Yeah,
Christopher
that's
Brown.
why WrestleMania 30. Will Daniel Bryan win the Royal Rumble? Yes. I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say no. I think
Okay.
Daniel Bryan, they are just... the crowd wants it, and they're not going to give the crowd what they want. Christopher Brown, for the love of God, please tell me we won't be seeing Laurinaitis back on WWE TV anytime soon. By the way, Ryan, what do you think of the rumors regarding Bon Jovi buying the Buffalo Bills and moving them to Toronto when Ralph Wilson passes away? I haven't heard the
hear that.
rumors about Bon Jovi. I've always heard the talk about moving the Bills to Toronto. But I haven't heard the Bon Jovi stuff. And as for John Laurinaitis, no, that was just a brief cameo. We put it up on the
Survivor
website,
Series,
WZROnline.com. The article's up there. There are no plans for him to return full-time to WWE.
Are there any NFL teams in Canada based? I know there's
No
the
NFL
Toronto
teams.
Blue Jays in the Major League Baseball.
No NFL teams in
So
Canada.
that would be weird.
They have the Canadian Football League, so
Yeah.
I don't know how they would go about that.
That's
So,
weird. But all right, Christopher Brown, for the love of God.
Just read that one.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Dwayne Riebling or Rebling? I think it's Riebling. How would TNA change if Jim Ross bought them? I mean, he won't, but I'm just saying it wouldn't change. If they bought them. No.
It really wouldn't change.
It would-
It
I
would
mean,
still be the same.
If he was
would
the
bring
announcer,
in-
it would be better announcing.
Right.
Other than that, yeah, I don't think it would be a big.
Brady Askland, why do we park in a driveway but drive on a parkway? I've heard that before. It's a good question.
I think there's a joke to it, like a punchline.
It's not. It's why do we park on a driveway?
Yeah.
A driveway, you're supposed to driveway, right?
There's a-
But parkway, there's a parkway. Why do you drive on a parkway? There's
Yeah.
no joke there. It's just a stupid. It's a legit question.
Yeah, it's a rhetorical question.
Yeah,
I think I heard a thing the other day. It said, a train leaves a train station. A bus leaves a bus station.
Yeah.
So what do you do with your workstation? Something like that, basically, whatever. Vincent Nugent, Ryan and Matt. Did you guys read that very informative piece from the Sports Illustrated website about Welcome to Dixieland, Look at Pro Wrestling's Female Boss by columnist Loretta Hunt?
Very good article.
I didn't read it, but I know Loretta Hunt, and she had that story with, or that incident with Dana White where he called her a cunt.
Yeah, they don't get along, man.
No.
They don't get along. That was a great article, though. If you haven't checked it out on
Dana White calls
SI.com.
girls cunts sometimes.
Does he? Yeah,
Called Loretta
he
Hunt
did
a
call
cunt.
Loretta. You're right.
And Hunt
Nick
Rogers
Judge.
cunt. What do you think of that?
Nick Judge, what are your thoughts on the ending of the Carl Frog boxing match? We didn't see it.
Something must have happened there.
We'll have to check that out, man. We'll go on YouTube and check it out after we go off the air.
Girl up, Cologne. Are you guys watching Broner versus Maidana, December 14th?
Definitely.
Keith Thurman and Jesus Soto Kraus or Caras. What are your picks? Oh fuck it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maidana and Soto.
I'm definitely taking Maidana in that one.
Yeah, me too.
Bellator 109.
Or no, Adrian Broner. I'm taking Broner. Shit.
I'll take Madonna. I'll bet you on that too.
Okay, I'll take Broner.
Bellator. No, we didn't see Bellator, and we haven't seen Glory 12 New York.
Kickboxing. No, I didn't watch any of that yet.
Edward Cousins Jr. What is the next tag team to come up on the main roster to WWE? I think they've got enough tag teams right now where they're really pushing the division. We just had the Los Matadores, although we haven't seen them. We didn't see them on Raw. We saw them in a cameo, right? Where they were all playing with the game at Survivor Series. John Laurinaitis was
at
there.
the SmackDown tapings, El Torito is going to make his debut in the ring.
Okay,
in a match.
right, in a match.
Shield gets a tag title match. That's
right.
two things they announced for SmackDown tonight, which is going on right now.
And then the last one, Ryan Shop Talk, Clark and Boone. I got a joke. We'll end on a joke.
It's a bad one. I already read it.
What does the fox say? Show me the Carfax. Stupid.
That wasn't funny.
Ding 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 ding
God, why'd you get
ding
him going
ding.
again?
What did the fox say? Ding 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 ding. We're out of here, brother.
We are out of here. You get a cookie?
Cake.
I don't know, a little cake for it?
Alright, we're out of here.
Yes, we are. Thank God.
That's another Tuesday night. Have a great Thanksgiving on Thursday, guys.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Peace.
Have a great Thanksgiving on Thursday, guys. I'll see you guys on my Facebook, facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. Matt Boone's on Twitter, twitter.com/MBoone420. 420? Twitter.com, MBoone420. 4MBoone. Matty Boone. It's Ryan.
Oh, they're going to say 420. I was waiting. That's me. That's him. Alright.
4 Matt Boone.
That's me.
Ryan Clark.
Hey, that's him.
I see you next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time. WZROnline.com.